Hey everyone, Kensuketi here. Just wanted to let you know that we are doing season 3 with some different recording changes. You're going to hear some where they sound normal, but you're also going to hear some that actually sound like it's all being recorded from Discord because it is. So you're probably going to hear a little bit of speed ups and slow downs every now and then. I'm going to try to work those out, but at least this isn't the crazy, wacky audio season that we got from season 2. Anyways, enjoy.
Big Mecca.
There we are. Hello,
Frig.
everyone. We are off to a brand new episode of. Y'all ready for this? Big Mecca, but not huge. Today we are doing something a little bit different. We're going to review the entirety of Medabots Season 3, also known as Medabots Spirit, as a whole. And guess what? It sucks.
Oh no,
Right off
be
the bat.
kind. Rewind to season 1 and 2 where it was good.
Good?
Definitely.
That's debatable. But guess what? We're going to find out where exactly we place that on our Big Mecha tier and ranking list that we're going to introduce after we finish this review. So, let me go ahead and introduce my host here. This is Sean, aka Kensuketi. With me, I have Will. Say hello, Will.
Hello, Will.
And we also have Paul. Say hello, Paul.
Hey, y'all.
Gentlemen, how are you doing this evening?
Tired. It's been a long day. And this show did not make it any better.
It did not.
Doing good.
So, I think we should probably just go ahead and start this off right off the bat because I have a feeling this is going to be a little bit of a longer episode. Everyone, we gave it the old college try to watch Medabots Season 3. I made it 12 episodes in. Will, you also made 12 episodes in, unless you did a little bit less.
Yeah, no, I was on par. I was whatever episodes we were supposed to watch for that week I was up to, so I'll say at least 12.
Paul, I know
Good,
you
good.
watched the last episode. Did you watch the initial 12 as well?
Yeah.
So,
Let's be fair. I only got halfway through the last episode before I was like, just no.
Ow.
No more.
wow, even
No
with you just
more.
watching the last episode, you couldn't do
Only
it.
20 minutes. You got 10 minutes and you were like, all right, I'm going to go make a sandwich or do something productive in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably twiddling your thumbs might be more productive.
You know, I've read a few articles talking about the importance of what is referred to as like boredom, sitting with yourself and just letting your mind kind of wander. Not necessarily like meditatively, but like your brain needs to not be constantly stimulated because that's actually really unhealthy. So perhaps doing that.
Probably.
So
Really,
we've
man,
done
it's really mean of me to
recordings
say.
on the first 8 episodes. Me and Will did the first 4. Paul and I did the second 4. We're scrapping those because there's no point if we're just going to go ahead and actually review this in its entirety. Granted, we have not watched every single episode, but I can promise you, you do not need to. I legitimately believe that this is a show that, despite it being made, can be absolutely skipped, probably shelved, maybe hold on to it for collection purposes.
Yeah, for
But you do not need to
completeness.
watch.
If that's a thing you care about, then yes, get it. But like, other than being a completionist, I don't know why you would get this show.
At all. It's
because no, just no.
so. How do we want to start this off? Because this is the infuriating thing about this is that it doesn't do anything new.
No,
and
not
the
for 12 episodes
problem
at least.
is that not only does it not do anything new, it keeps doing the same thing repeatedly throughout the entirety of what we watched.
There is a joke about beating a dead horse.
Oh,
This
yeah, that thing
isn't
is
beating a dead horse.
Turanian.
Yeah, this isn't beating a dead horse. This is literally beating a child's stuffed horse in front of the crying child.
He's already
There was
dead.
no mercy in this. There was no mercy in this. Any love you had for the original series is gone.
It gets rid of everything you liked about the original. The characters aren't even the same. They barely act like they used to. So anything you liked is just gone.
Yep.
And spoilers for those who want to watch this travesty.
20-something-year-old show.
Yeah.
Spoilers
Well, no,
who want to watch
okay,
this
hang on.
travesty.
Let me interrupt you there. Will, as much as I do not care about spoilers
Mhm.
in general, that thing about saying, "Oh God, it's a 30-year-old show," people do want to watch stuff or play things where they don't
Yeah.
want to be spoiled beforehand. You know,
Fair.
it's not like everybody else knows that Aerith dies in Final Fantasy VII. Oh,
There was a
wait
website. There was a
But
website.
there's a difference. People enjoy the journey when it's good media, when it's good entertainment, even if it's a spoiler, can still enjoy the journey to that.
Like
Because
Pokemon. Pokemon is literally
yeah,
just the journey repeated endlessly.
yeah. But this, oh God, they tried to bring it back with Metabee having a girlfriend.
What? You
I
mean
don't
the
think we even
girl
got
that
Yeah.
that far on our end.
even the one he matched up with at the end of last season, who they wrote out of the entire show
No,
immediately, the one he had in the old world? Did they bring back the
no.
old world?
No, the black Metabee looking thing with the eye patch that you see in the openers,
That's a female Metabee?
that's a she. That's a she, and
Why does she look cooler than him?
I don't know. Apparently she's also as strong as he is, but she's Cam's Metabot, and he beats the living shit out of her and puts her in a dump, and Metabee is
Wow.
crying over her body.
God, this just sounds so fucking stupid. Oh my
This
God.
Oh,
show.
Anyways,
What
we
is
have a
wrong with
brand
this
new
show?
special co-host on here. Say, David, how are you?
Hi, 1 second. I didn't hit. Damn it, Sean. All right. Now I'm hitting the record button. Jesus. Yeah. Hello. Yes.
Oh no,
Hi.
you don't need to worry about Audacity. I'm making Discord do everything for us.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Probably
Yep.
should have
Hitting.
explained that to him before this, but okay.
Yeah. That's why I got quiet. Holy shit! I pressed the record button and that's looking back at me like, "Fuck you made it."
yeah, we're trying not to make this episode as much of a shit show as this season of the
Quit.
show was.
Oh God.
For project now.
So
So yeah.
basically,
Hello.
you're gonna hear us
It's
talk
me.
about season 3 because
Oh, you're fine.
it's awful. So Paul, explain what you've. Well, okay, no, hang on. Let's talk about the premise of it real quick. So season
Mhm.
3, apparently everything that happened in the first 2 seasons happened, kinda.
Sorta.
So
Like, not really.
the big idea is that the actual league happened. Maybe the Rubber Robo Gang existed. I don't know. They don't mention
Oh,
that.
they don't even talk about them. They don't even name drop them. I don't
Nope.
know if they
Mm-mm.
exist anymore.
The
They're
only
just
people
gone.
who show up of the
What
regular
the
cast are the Screws, Icky,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and Arika.
Yeah.
Everyone else who
Everyone
you
else
may have
is
been
just
accustomed to or
gone.
have even gotten an inkling of a favoritism
Oh,
for, not even there.
he does still have parents, although they completely changed his dad's job for some reason.
Yep.
Oh, they even
Completely.
changed his mom. His mom doesn't act the way she used to.
No,
Nope.
she doesn't. She's not as insane, which I'm not sure how much of that was dubism, but yeah, she's not kooky, crazy, kind of fun mom. She's just there.
Mhm.
It's basically
But they
like take
also-
the ending of the first show, and then all of a sudden Thanos snapped his fingers, and then the multiverse happened, and now we're in a completely different dimension. That's exactly
Oh,
how
yeah.
the show is.
This is Dragon Ball GT, and you just watched Super.
I
They're
would rather
not the
watch
same
Dragon Ball
thing.
GT compared to watching this.
At
Ompara
least,
Para?
no,
Opampas?
at least Dragon Ball GT
You want
had
to say
a
it one more time?
cohesive story going on.
Did? There were
Yeah, it didn't
characters
make
that did
sense.
things and consequences to their actions.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, didn't make sense. But at least it made sense from one episode to the next.
Yeah.
At
Yeah, no,
least if
there's a journey, stuff happens, like
Mhm.
like a
So-
show.
David,
Yeah.
you might actually be able to jump in on this. With
Okay.
GT, it was repetitive as fuck, but at least it was still watchable, right?
Yeah, GT was very watchable, and I'll be real with you. While I didn't like the last boss, I still think the arc before the final arc
Mhm.
is still a really good arc. It's kind of better
Everything
than
up to Baby's good.
I feel like Baby might be in terms of the old Dragon Ball stuff. I think Baby might be my favorite arc between the three. But then the rest is all like Z and Dragon Ball because GT is my least favorite. But I like Baby the most. That was kind of fun.
Now, let me ask you this. With GT, does it feel like that every single character that came over from Z still feels like that they're the same character?
everyone except for Yamcha and kind of Piccolo. But that's the point with Yamcha, so it makes
Okay.
sense. And
Mhm.
Piccolo just
Yeah.
kinda dies. He's built to die, and that's it, because he goes up with the planet. But yeah, besides that, yeah, I would say so.
So with this particular show, everybody is reset. They basically went through like a Fallout character creator and completely reset their stats and their backgrounds.
Wait, what? But Piccolo, it makes sense. Piccolo going with the planet,
Why are you
like
arguing
dying to
Piccolo?
Earth.
Get back to Medabots.
No, what
I'd
I'm
rather think
saying
about
is
anything but Medabots.
no. The thing is, they were their normal character. Piccolo, like back in Z and Dragon Ball, would have like scrapped his way out super hard, and he did fight a little bit in
Yeah.
GT, but like he
Yeah.
was his whole character arc at the end of Z going into GT was him being a chiller guy. But if you only
Mm.
watch Z and you came in at different parts during GT, or if like you just had like spotty
Oh.
memory, you'd be like, why is Piccolo just chilling here? Why didn't he leave with them to go fight the fucking guy? You know what I mean?
To help out.
Right.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Why is he making him do it alone? That sort of thing.
Exactly, because
He
Yeah.
would be
Piccolo
more like
was
Kami rather than like himself.
exactly
Yeah.
because he absorbed those two people exactly, right? So he did change,
Yeah.
but like Piccolo was still scrapping.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no, he'll still hit you if you get out of line. He
Yeah, like
absorbed them and they like rounded the edges, but Piccolo will still punch you really hard if you do something he doesn't
Mhm.
like.
yeah.
So
Like, Piccolo still fights.
going back to
Mhm.
Medabots,
Depends.
the idea of it is that the end events from the first show happened, and then basically everything else is brand new at this point. All the side characters that you knew, like Henry, Karen, Koji,
Mhm.
like all of them are
Mhm.
gone.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yep,
Aki
they
is back,
proved
even
this.
though he left at the end of the show.
It took him 11 episodes to show up, and he basically pretends like the last season didn't happen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He
It did a
pretends as if
full-on
he
Marvel
never
reset.
left the planet
Yeah.
on an
Fucking
alien station.
aliens.
And then they decide that they want to introduce a villain whose only goal is to basically say Medabots suck. Here, let me introduce my version of Medabots that don't suck. And they
Yeah,
give you
that's
a
it.
one-note villain who is his lackey, and they make him fight the main character repeatedly, loses, and yet the main bad guy keeps on saying, "Oh, my Medabots are better than everyone else's," even though they constantly lose.
Hmm.
Now, I
No.
get you can say this is a kid's show. Kids,
Hey,
more than
yeah,
likely, would
but
still not watch this.
Mhm.
this is boring. It's the same thing over and over. Nothing changes. And if you liked the last 40, 50, whatever episodes, half or more of the, actually like 70% of the cast are dumped off of the show, never spoken about. They drop everything for consistency from the last one. And as much as we say, this is a problem that a lot of adults have with children's media, they have this idea that because something is made for children, it's essentially low effort. A lot of things are, but good children's media is not low effort. It is made by adults purposely, well crafted, but designed in a way that children can understand. And kids respond better to the things that are made better for them rather than stupid, dumb junk food.
Yup.
So
Mhm.
children are not as dumb as we think they are. They're also not, paradoxically, they're not as smart as people think they are, where they have fucking full on conversations with their kid and get mad at them for not acting like an adult. And like, you're speaking to a 5-year-old. They understood like
Yeah.
half the words you just used. Stop that. You can
Someone's
do that
speaking
so
from
that you feel better, but come on.
someone speaking from personal experience.
Just dumbass humans at someone has worked retail for many years. I
Yeah.
have seen people do dumb shit, and it's like, you are an idiot. And I understand it. Humans are emotional regardless of age, and adults have a lot of stress and shit going on. But reminding yourself that there are levels to development, and your kid may not be at the part where they literally have a brain that can actually understand what you're trying to do helps. Remind yourself of that.
Mhm.
I get mad at our cats, but our cats basically top out emotionally around where a toddler is, and that's about what they like exist in mentally. I'm not saying that they're smart or dumb, but like, if I treat them about how you would treat a toddler, that helps to make things work better. If I start talking to them and treating them like a full-fledged human who can understand everything I'm doing, have a deep memory of every event that's occurred between us, and then they can draw on that experience as I speak to them, that's me being an idiot. That's not how that works. They are
So to relate this
still
back to
much
Medabots,
simpler. So to relate this back to Medabots, the first one, it had a lot of dumb, stupid, this is clearly made for children in its humor, in its weird crap, in the inconsistencies that it had where it acted like a kid's cartoon, and like, you know, the whole town gets, although weirdly, they kept the running jokes as if it was a serious show.
to add on to that, there
fucking
is no humor in this show.
Oh no, they dropped the comedy entirely. It actually is very, very, very missed. Reminds me a lot of Beast Machines.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Wow.
the shush. the they did keep weirdly the consistency in the first show of there's an episode the Rubber Robos build a bunch of weird ass houses. The leader of the Screws, her mom gets their house transformed into a Tengu mask. That's kept through the entire rest of the show. It is the
That
entire
is
rest of the time.
continuity.
For some weird reason, they keep that as continuity, but like a bunch of other stuff happens and there's like no, so they'll do like no repercussions for the entire town being taken over, but then like they'll keep the internal consistency of, oh yeah, remember that silly joke? That's still a thing. And you're like, what the fuck? Why?
So yes,
But,
original Medabots
yeah.
has its charm. Spirits does not.
No, it loses
Basically,
it.
that's the entire plot of that show. At some point, they decide to give the Medabots certain upgrades to where now they can transform, which you would think, oh man, Transformers, awesome. No,
No,
it's stupid. I
it
hate it.
is. The
They
transformation
tried
is
to add a gimmick
give them
that
wheels.
didn't go anywhere.
Episode like 3 of the original show had Medabots with wheels. It's not an upgrade because everybody gets to do it now. It just looks stupid because you're literally repackaging a feature that already existed. At the end of the last season, there was a fucking jet. What do you mean getting wheels is this wild new upgrade? You have Medabots, they have parts. Just switch out the part to the wheelie bit. Give them wings. Have them fly. You can literally do that at any time. Icky, you won the fucking championship. Do you use all the parts? What the hell happened?
This
They
is a
still talk
crash
about
out.
him as the winner.
This is the
I'm sorry.
most I've ever
I don't
seen
want
you.
to be mean. Shows are hard to make. It's unkind of me to speak this way. But also, what the fuck were the writers doing?
David, so here's the funny thing. So like I had just finished watching episodes 9 through 12, right? And so I text Will, I'm like, man, so this is rough. Huh? He immediately calls me and goes like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore.
I'm calling the
so
soccer
bad,
mercy
dude.
rule. They are up by 7. We are down to 0. I'm good. Call it and go home.
See, if I did that, everyone would bitch at me.
Yes, because it's
Will
you.
does it. Yeah, it's fair.
That's called a double standard.
Hey. I came in telling you guys Spirits is horrible.
You did.
Yeah, you were
and
basically
I will
the
give you
guy in the
kudos
gas
for that.
station warning us about that in a horror movie, and we ignored you and we paid the price.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was like,
me personally actually paying the price double.
Mm-hmm.
He goes,
God.
no.
there's haunting up in them hills. You better be careful now.
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods is a great movie. You should all watch it. But
Watch it.
he's the dude at the
Medabots.
gas station.
It'll change you. You won't like it.
But you like
You
it.
won't like who you
Medabots.
are.
No, I was
Season
like,
3 will get you. It'll sap your soul. That's why they call it Spirits.
So that is the basic premise of Spirits. Paul, you watched half of the last episode. What was the last episode about?
it was literally explaining why Cam was so evil.
Oh, what was the reason? Was it a troubled childhood?
He was bored.
What troubled childhood? His dad gave him
He's a rich kid.
everything. And when I
That's
say
the problem.
everything,
All that and no love. Dad couldn't
Yeah.
call me, couldn't come to my game, couldn't show up and throw the ball with me.
oh yeah, I didn't even know that the reason why Cam is always doing shit, he bought his school, shut it down because he was
my God.
tired of going to school.
What the fuck? What the hell?
His butler
Jesus.
calls his dad, tells him your son hasn't been in school for the last 6 months.
Holy shit.
And his dad goes, okay, I don't need to hear your jokes anymore, and hangs up the phone.
What?
Oh no, bad dad syndrome.
And he wasn't calling him because of that. He was calling him because he went into the boardroom of the Kilobot company that he owns and said, "Fuck you guys. I'm going to take this killer Kilobot that I've been building and going to go destroy the city."
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna go kill a bunch of innocent people, and they're like, what?
They're
I
like,
just
"No, you can't turn the Griffin on. It is unpredictable, uncontrollable. It's
Like all of the
gonna
other ones.
destroy shit." Him
It's just the
going,
plot of the episode with Belzelga.
"Yep." Him
Oh
going,
my god.
"No, I own the company. I don't care what any of you say. I'm gonna go and do it." And then leaves. Like, I'm
God.
sorry. What?
Just
So
so low effort and recycled.
without trying to delay things further, this is just a show that I recommend nobody to watch. I recommend going outside, touching grass, maybe just
Yeah.
I don't know, make
Read a
love to your
book.
wife or something, or your significant other. Anything is better. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that making love to your partner is not bad, not good. I'm just saying anything is legitimately
I
better.
mean,
The old-
honestly, as much as it sucks, a little bed rot and a goon sesh is probably more productive than this.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, Sean, you're getting close to and my bitch wife.
Fuck.
Ah.
So we can confidently say that we do not like Medabots Spirit. But I think that means 25 minutes in, almost 20 minutes in, we are ready to move on to the meat of this particular episode.
The only
Gentlemen.
reason why I'm here.
Yes. Gentlemen, today we are going to rank and rate all the things that Big Man has. That way we can actually continue tally for the rest of the show's life. So, the way that we are doing this, I'm actually borrowing this from another podcast out there called the Kind of Funny podcast, or whatever they do for in review. Kind of Funny in Review. Basically, what they do is they have a bunch of different things that they can rate in review based off of whether it's specific things within that movie or show, or they actually just put them on a ongoing tally based off of specific series properties, like Marvel, DC, stuff like that. We're going to do it based off of just anything that we happen to come across. And we'll do those specific things after we're done with Medabots and after we're done with Transformers. That way we can go ahead and try to signal some things out and actually get a little bit more goofy with it. So the ranking system is going to be ranks S, A, B, C, D, and F.
Okay.
And we're going to do it in chronological order. That way we can actually make it a little bit easier to see where we actually rate things in time. So I'm bringing up the list of what we watched in order. Give me just a second here. All right. So the first thing that we watched was Medabots Season 1. Now, Medabots Season 1, obviously it has some issues, but we are able to have some fun with it. David, you actually watched the first 3 episodes of Medabots Season 1, but you tapped out.
Yeah, I tapped out pretty quickly because the realization of, the things I watch in my childhood is not things I'd want to watch as an adult.
Yes.
Because I'm like,
Taste
oh,
of
geez,
change.
this is. So yeah, I kind of tapped out.
If you were to say where you would rank that on, S through F, you would put it in F, wouldn't you?
No, weirdly enough, I wouldn't. For me, I view media a little bit differently, right? For me, F is like, I regret watching it. D is, I would rather not watch that again. C is like, it's fine, but I wouldn't go out of my way for it. Medabots Season 1 is a C. It's fine, but I had better things that required my attention that, was worth the brain power and time and effort to put into it. So
I can understand that. Okay.
yeah.
Paul, what about you? What about Season 1?
I didn't watch it with you guys, but I have watched it on my own. I
What do you
would
mean
say
didn't watch it with us? You did a majority of those episodes with us.
no. I did majority of Season 2.
Okay, whatever.
We're talking American, by the way. You might want to specify that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I said Medabots Season 1, not Series 1.
Season 1. Okay, sorry, Season 1. I would have to agree. I would put it in a C. Like it has nostalgia value for me. So yes, I would enjoy watching it. But unless I don't have anything else to watch, I'm not really gonna go put it on. Like it's great to watch, and I have no problem introducing it to my niece or my daughter,
Okay.
but
Hmm.
it's not something I would say has repeat watchability.
I get that completely. Will, I'm going to go next, and then you can go last for this one.
Mm.
I also agree with C, mainly because when I remember watching it, it was one of those things where it had really high highs, but it also had really low lows. And it got to a point where I think, I could either live or, I could put it on if there's nothing else that I really want to watch, and I know exactly which episodes I'm going to go for. So I would
Favorite
put it at
episodes
C,
rather
because if
than
it
the whole
had more
show.
highs, I would probably put it in B tier. But it's definitely not F, because we're reserving. But for me, it's definitely
No,
C.
I agree with the assessment that F is like truly. I don't see a point to having watched it.
So what about you?
Well, I know where the voting's going, so it's going to be in C here.
You can fight for it.
I'm also trying to remember because they are kind of one thing. I'm trying to compare 1 to 2. The one ends with the giant him fighting the giant Metabee punching the giant other one, which was actually supposed to be later, but that's a whole America numbering thing.
Right.
So I remember some of my favorite episodes of the show, which season they fall into. C is
So
probably
season 1 had more Phantom Renegade. It also had some of our favorite side characters who only show up for one season, such as the reporter.
Yeah, they brought him back, but God, really would have loved to see 1 or 2 more episodes with him. So because of that and because of the moments in it, I would push 1 up to B, because of the things that I enjoy in it. When compared to 2, which kind of drag on some of the pacing and some of the stuff, some of the side parts aren't quite as fun. And again, you lose now there's less Phantom Renegade, and
So, fortunately for you, it is 3 versus 1, so it is still going to be C tier regardless.
That's a C tier.
Now, David.
It's okay for the rest of your Medabots. It'll be a 3 vote because I don't know up and down on the rest of them. So
the next thing that we're going to be talking about is something that you were a part of.
Okay.
Pacific Rim.
Yes, Pacific Rim.
The first one, the rimming.
The first one, yes.
David, since you are our guest, where would you rank it?
Well, you know what? I would say A. I would recommend
Okay.
Because for me, A is like it's a fun movie, and I'm willing to recommend it to someone that isn't that is like, let's say they watch let's say they like Big O or whatever, or they like another kind of mecha thing, but they didn't like watch Pacific Rim, or they like big destruction happening in big spectacle kind of stuff. If it's in that same kind of a genre, I would be like, yeah, I'd recommend that. You should check it out. It'll be like a fun thing to keep in the background if you're not paying attention to it, or if you do want to pay attention to it, it's a good movie, or it's a fun movie, I should say. There's obviously problems with every
gorgeous
movie. But it's a great movie. It's always good fun. I think it's an easy recommend for anyone who enjoys that kind of spectacle action, necessarily not genre heavy, right? Because for me, B is like, I like it, but I don't even recommend it to people who like mecha, right, or like the genre.
Okay. Yeah.
And for me, like is 10 out of 10. Recommend it to whoever. It's a good time, even if you're not natively enjoying that kind of stuff. It's just kind of fun, right? It's an easy watch, stuff like that. So for me, I think Pacific Rim is not an easy watch. If you're not natively, if you don't like big destruction, you find that kind of stuff like boring, whatever. Yeah, you're not gonna get anything out of Pacific Rim, but I think it's good. I think it's a fun watch for people if you haven't watched it.
Okay.
I like that. I'm gonna disagree, so I'll go next.
Of course you
for
would.
me, this is S tier, straight up. We all know that I love Pacific Rim, both this one and Uprising. To the point where I ended up, crowdfunding the comics. So, for me, it's S tier all the way. It's something where I will legit put my phone down because I will always watch with a smile, knowing exactly what's coming up, because it's just that so fucking cool. I really don't have much else to say on it since I've already, gushed over it once, and more than likely will soon on our over at Camp Kaiju, as they're going to be making that episode soon. So yeah, this is S tier for me. Give me just a second. Okay. All right, Paul, go ahead.
I have to agree with Sean. I would put it in S tier. It's because Guillermo del Toro, how every single scene looks lived in. On its own, it is a fun movie to have on in the background to watch, and it's always a year doesn't go by where I haven't watched that movie at least 2 or 3 times. And at the same time, I remember when the trailer came out and we heard Gladys's voice as the computer,
Mhm.
That was a
and
great Easter egg.
yep, and it was like a big thing. It was like her voice is only going to be is in the trailer. Is she's going to be replaced in the actual movie? I remember that every single time I hear her voice come up, I'm like, how like Val agreed finally before release that they were going to let them use her voice throughout the thing. I'm like, it's just tiny things about it that make the movie great for me.
I like that. Now, Will, before we go
It is
to
S tier.
you, I did just hear from Ryan. Ryan is going to put in his 2 cents regarding this one, Pacific Rim Uprising and Transformers 1.
Okay.
Ryan has put in S tier for Pacific Rim.
One, the first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so my
Mhm.
vote is yet again meaningless, but let's get this started, shall we?
Okay.
Hey, so was mine.
Well,
You know.
I
No,
wouldn't
it's
say meaningless because you never know if someone else decides to message me. I mean, this is still right now. This is a 4-person episode, and technically 5 if we include Ryan on some. But yeah,
Okay, so the S tier or simp tier, as it is sometimes referred, um, other people may call it the shit tier because, what the hell are you doing up there? Honestly, the first Pacific Rim, for the sheer fact that the movie just. There are very few pieces of art in general that my brain will actually gravitate toward as a form of comfort. Like if I'm feeling not great on a day or something,
Mhm.
certain types of music, certain specific artists, and then like a couple things when it comes to cool moments in a show or a movie. This is legitimately one of them. It's fun, it's silly, it's dumb, it makes very little sense internally. They put words together and you go, that's not what that means. What the f are you talking about? How high are you? And it's just they go with it. It is big, dumb fun. I would say that it's an S tier for me too.
all
Uh,
right.
I might have put it in A tier, but it just to have it tied to an emotional state and a memory for me like that, the way that it feels, this movie is definitely in like a favorite movie of mine. I, do the like top 10, top 20 movies that you love. This one would wind up in there.
Mm.
Well, all right. So now we have Pacific
Soundtrack's
Rim
also
at S
baller.
tier.
Our
So the
first
next
S
thing
tier.
that we
Will,
watched.
Will, you know that the concept of my vote doesn't matter means that what you wanted to be the thing to win, it's not going to happen anyways. You wanted to be S tier, which means you did get what you want. Your vote did matter.
He is right.
Correct.
I
However,
was about to say, wait a minute. What part of that didn't you want to happen?
It
so
just
two things.
consolidates the
One,
lead.
an American, the death of democracy pains me. Two,
Fair. You know what?
I was
Good rebuttal. Good rebuttal. Fair. Fair. Fair.
the two. I was half going through it as I discussed it openly with you guys. I was turning it over in my head. I thought about it before, where I skimmed the list, looked at the rankings, and I was like, realistically, it's going to be really high. The question is just how high. And I
Mhm.
legitimately remember I felt like crap one day a couple of years
So
ago, and I put on the movie just so I would feel better, and it worked. It's
Ah.
a comfort film, even though it was made recently. I remember parts of the soundtrack vividly,
Mhm.
moments in the film, the stupid "I'm gonna beat this giant monster with a container ship." Shut up, physics. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just it's so dumb. It's so much fun though. It captures in a modern way the like wonder and awe you had as a kid watching giant rubber suits kick cardboard.
So
Mhm.
don't forget, not only are we putting these in their specific letters for the ranks, but the
Mhm.
moment that we get multiple things within that rank, we need to find out where they go, if they go above or below what's already in there.
Oh
So,
no, I thought that
Oh no,
we filled
Pacific
S
Rim's
tier and
gonna be
that's
at the
it. We've
top.
got our one S tier film. It's just Pacific Rim, nothing else, and now we move
no,
on.
no, 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 no. You're a dirty bastard if you think that's going to be that way.
Yeah. It'll be fun having a
We'll see.
discussion about
We'll see.
where things go and how.
So, the next movie is Pacific Rim Uprising. I also have Ryan's vote on this one, and Ryan
Ooh, where did he
says
put it?
B tier.
Really?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, Will.
He and I are of the same mind.
Ooh, okay. So,
Ooh.
Will,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you take this one first. Where would you place Pacific Rim Uprising?
I know that Sean loves this movie, but Sean loves a lot of movies.
also hate
Controversially,
like-
some
All of
might
them
say.
good.
I also really hate a lot.
Yeah, weirdly, there are several films that you and I just completely disagree on, and I'm like, God, you're weird. But
You mean like Shin
the
Kamen Rider, which I will not watch for Tokyo for Two again?
I like that, but I don't know why that movie appeals to my brain. I really
don't
enjoy
either.
that film. I do agree that I think he was trying to tell a different story, and he happened to write it in that world. I don't think that was the best platform for the story he wanted to tell, but the beauty of the story still spoke to me in its own way. I don't, and also as someone who doesn't have a huge tie to Kamen Rider the franchise, probably the best way to watch that movie because I don't have any baggage weighing me down. I've seen plenty of people say that they love the nods. I don't even recognize like 90% of them. I liked the movie for what it was. I liked the story he was telling. Putting it in a Sentai setting was fun, but that was as far as it went for me. But anyways, back to what we were talking about.
I was
Pacific Rim Uprising.
Got on your soapbox there.
Pacific Rim Uprising. So it's not S tier for me. It is not the same as the first one. They're both great in their own way, but I would put the second one in more of like a B or an A. I'm just not quite sure which.
Well, let's talk it out then.
Um,
So, when it comes to this particular movie,
Mhm.
obviously it's got some really high highs, right? So you
Yes.
got the part where the kaiju it melds together all three of them, and they end up becoming the mega kaiju.
That was
That's
actually
fucking
pretty
dope.
cool. Yeah. Yeah.
But there's also a lot of humans compared to the first movie that kind of meander a little bit. Like, yeah, they're still fun. They're really cheap and cheesy, but
Mhm.
it doesn't have the same feeling as the first movie.
Mm. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean, there's the scene where he makes a bowl of ice cream and yells at a guy. I remember that vividly. So.
That sticks out. That definitely sticks out. Do I like it? We'll find out. But that definitely sticks out. So it's got a lot of those moments. It really is. It's got to be what it boils down to for you, though. What makes the movie special, or what makes it a little bit less?
So making, and bear in mind, this is not a commentary on tone. You don't have to make a more serious film, but have like a few nods that are silly here and there, a la Pacific Rim 1, to be a good movie. I'm not commenting on tone and style. The second film is meant to be sillier, goofier, brighter colored. It takes place during the fucking day. The first movie takes place 90% at night or the bottom of the ocean, which is permanite, or in another realm that's basically night because humans can't see. So you don't have to do that to be good. It's just they're different films. The second one, the more I think about it, would probably be more of a B tier film for me, which is, I mean, that's not terrible. That's a good ranking. It doesn't hold itself together the same way the first one does. It has moments in it that are really fun and really. Crap, now it's going more to A. All right, let's keep pondering. It has moments. I just remembered Scrapper, and Scrapper's really fucking fun.
Oh yeah.
And that and giant robot that tases Scrapper. It's just there's silly moments like that. You know how expensive it was to animate that, but they did. And it's like it's you know, but that yeah. So I will put it solidly right below the first movie. I'll give it the A. I have a feeling I'm going to be outnumbered at the B tier, but we'll see where it kind of goes. But I would say A tier, not as a remark on the style, but more as just it doesn't quite hold together as well as the first one. Also,
Now,
it was pretty clearly a meant to be like the jumping off point for more, and then they just didn't do any of that. Like, it falls.
Now, allow me to go next.
Mm.
I adore this movie, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of those movies where I can watch both this one and the other one back to back, and I won't get bored of it. So much so to the point where when we were going to record the review for it, I watched it 3 times because each week we ended up missing the recording, and I still was not bored.
You did not need to do that at all.
No, but I have a bad memory, so that definitely helps.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's fair.
So when it comes to this movie, obviously we're getting a different tone. Granted, it is a sequel, but sequels can always end up being drastically different than the movie that it came after. So because of the fact that it is different, but it's different enough to the point where some things kind of drag a little bit. Some things are just completely outlandish. Like, why did they have that fucking, moment where it's just instrumental music? You've got the montage going on, and then it's like 10 seconds just staring at them on a still screen, basically, and they're just watching people, making motions, but they're not really doing anything. It's a little weird.
Oh, yeah.
But that being said, I don't put my phone down. It's still a fun movie. I still have a really good time with it. It is not S tier, though.
Okay.
It is A tier.
I thought you were going to go S tier. I really thought you would genuinely put it next to the first.
Nope. I'm going to say Paul next.
I'm gonna say A tier.
Well,
it had so much potential, and it didn't live up to what it should have, but it wasn't. I want to say it was a great movie. It's fun. It's just not where the original was. It has a different feel. I do enjoy the repeating characters, but it was kind of hard seeing Charlie Day's character like that. Like it made
just make him a drug
sense
addict
for a moment. Yeah, like it made sense for a moment for him to be obsessed with it, but not him being that. Like I would have accepted there was a subplot where he was addicted to melding with the thing, but that aside, everything felt so much faster, so much more advanced from the previous movie, and it didn't give that timeline that would rationally explain it.
Okay.
True.
But Scrapper is the R2D2 of that series.
That's a bold statement.
He's not.
I love Scrapper. Like
the idea but that's
of
not
Scrapper
where he
was
sits
great.
because he only exists in one film, and that's it.
I know. I'm just saying but I love Scrapper. He was
all right. I get it.
It was great, but I'm just gonna say it was a good movie. It played on the nostalgia. But it tried to build something new, and it came out at the wrong time, and the fans weren't accepting it. We were expecting Guillermo del Toro to come back with a more grounded movie, but we didn't. We got a new director who took it in his path. If there was more time before the movies were released, I could see it would have done better, but with all the issues of people being too loyal to the original creator, that's why it didn't do as well as it should have, or it could have. But it is an A-tier movie, in my opinion.
All right. Well then, David, last one.
All right, it's B.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's an easy B. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone who doesn't like kaiju stuff or big mecha stuff. Primarily because you go from a movie that even if you weren't into mecha per se, I could say, hey, like there's a nice like will the humans survive kind of like drama going on with certain things going on, overcoming a few things. You get to see his trauma immediately, right? And it ingratiates you to the character in the first one. The second one feels like while it has the big mecha, it has the spectacle. It feels like they're trying to do too much. People are talking, there's a little bit too much yapping, and the yapping leads to situations where like it feels like if Scooby Doo and Transformers had to go fight Walmart Godzilla.
That's a really good description. That's a very good description. I like that a
So
lot.
So it
and
literally feels like direct to DVD version of
yeah.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yep.
Because with Guillermo del Toro, when you mentioned this is where it really kills it for me. When you mentioned the world Field lives in, what really does it is the lighting.
Mhm.
The movie is dark in the right places. It isn't like weirdly optimistic in different tones, even though you're dealing with a very desperate situation. He kind of plays it straight, but allows levity through character interaction.
The
They
character's
use
a human, and the characters have hope.
Mm.
hospital lighting, and the tone is different depending on what part of the movie you're getting into.
I don't know, David,
So
you're selling me on this.
so like it gets
Mm.
pulled back because the first one felt like Guillermo del Toro had a specific idea. He thought about why they're in that position and what they're going to do to get out of it and how much you're willing to sacrifice to do that, right? Number two feels like Transformers hit a low point. We have a chance to capture the market. We have a few
Mm.
ideas. Here's what
Yeah,
we're gonna
I
do.
can.
We're gonna shoot it flat. We're gonna make it bright. We're gonna flatten people's characters out, and we're only gonna give them spikes in their character actions based on how they're interacting, or based if we need to have this random, dramatic pop occasionally. Ignore the
Hmm.
fact that when they do randomly pop off, they might get themselves killed because they didn't resolve their shit before they left. Unlike in the first movie, we don't have to get into that, right? First the
Mhm.
first one,
Yeah,
Guillermo del Toro thought about the stakes
he
and
thought
them,
about the world.
yeah, and them getting their shit like settled before the big fight and
Hmm.
and everything else like that. Really truly like, putting your all on the table, leave nothing behind, leave no regret. That is not what Pacific Rim 2 is. It is a popcorn, turn your brain off, bring the homies over if they also like mecha kind of shit. That's why, like I said, Transformers,
Yeah.
Scooby Doo, Walmart, Godzilla.
David, you sold me on this. I'm going down to B tier. As much as I love it, I'm going
Mm.
down to B. Because you're absolutely
Mm.
right.
Here's what I will say. This is where it gets a little weird. If Pacific Rim was a worse movie, I would say Pacific Rim 2 and 1 would have been equal enough because the spectacle is on the same scale.
Mhm.
With Pacific Rim 2 going a little further than what Pacific Rim did because they obviously had crazier shit, right? Like didn't like the fight went on for fucking ever. It went all over the place. Robots running into each other into the like it was way more intense. So if you want to turn your brain off pure spectacle, they'd be roughly even. But when you start thinking about the details and why, no way, they're nowhere near close.
Okay.
You sold me on that. So we're gonna go with 1, 2, 3 votes for B tier and 2 for A. Looks like that B tier wins out. So Pacific Rim Uprising, you're B.
Is it
Next
the
B
one.
only B
for the
tier?
best Pacific Rim.
Oh no! What a turnaround!
So just to
I got
clarify as to how I'm ranking these, so S top tier. A is great but
Mhm.
has some missteps. B good but could be better. C mid
Mhm.
could either live or live without. D awful but has some redeeming qualities. Or F just forget about it.
Please
Make
give me
sense?
back my 2 hours.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mhm.
F is genuine regret, and you're like, anything else.
Yes.
A nap.
Mhm.
So
Oh
the
yeah.
next movie is Transformers One.
Mm.
I'm
Like
gonna let Paul go first on this one.
Mm.
you mean like Transformers One, the animated movie, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes. The one
Okay.
actually called Transformers 1.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I think
We
you're the
haven't
only
watched
one
any
who's
other
having
ones.
that awful issue right now.
Okay. Uh,
Wow, way to accept it, bitch.
hmm. I I guess I would have to go with it's a B tier movie for me.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Immediately upsets him.
like
No fucking way
I
you actually say that. No shot. No, you're lying.
no, I actually rewatched it recently,
Ooh.
and I was like,
There's a
I'm
reason this
going off
didn't get
of
a
the fact
sequel.
that like
Wow.
I'm going off the fact that I've watched this movie the first time I watched it, I wasn't interested. Second time I watched it, I'm like, oh, okay, It's okay. I'm like, okay. But I keep watching it and my view of the movie keeps going up. Like I'm never gonna be okay with
Mm.
Chris Hemsworth as Optimus. That bothers me. Like even at the end when he tries to sound like Peter Weller.
Peter Weller.
I thought, isn't it Peter Weller?
Peter Weller's fucking
Peter Weller.
RoboCop.
I, whatever. The original Optimus voice.
God damn it, Peter Cullen. Oh my god, you are pissing
Peter
off
Cullen.
all
I'm
so
sorry. I'm
much
horrible with
already.
fucking
God
names.
fucking
Okay,
damn it.
whatever. I, I'm enjoying the movie, and I'm noticing and picking up on little things.
I'm gonna label
And
this Transformers
honestly,
1 the Peter Weller cut.
thank you.
That'd be great.
All I'm gonna say is there isn't gonna be a movie that has Steve Buscemi in it that I'm not gonna rate at least a B tier movie.
Alrighty then. I'm so angry and disappointed in you.
Like
David, raise my
There's
spirits,
so
please.
much.
This
Oh, he's
is
gonna make it even lower.
it's
no,
just a
actually,
fun movie.
this is gonna be a
Really?
curveball. This is gonna be a gigantic curveball.
Ooh.
This is going to be, if not my second, if not my highest rated Transformer movie.
Ooh,
Huh.
Oh, wow.
okay.
It's a
Really
tie,
like
depending on how you want to talk about it. It's between S and A or S, depending on how this goes in the
Ooh.
conversation. Because for me, especially as I start getting into more Transformers stuff, I told Sean about this a few weeks ago. Been watching a lot of I always been like, why am I disconnected from Transformers? I grew up with it just like Sean did, but I kind of bounced off of it super hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is the weirdest franchise.
It
This is
is.
like this is the most schizophrenic franchise I
Mhm.
think ever. If people complain about the only thing that kind of comes close to this kind of weirdness that Transformers is as a franchise is like Spider-Man with like Marvel having a hate boner for Peter, so they make 616 Peter fucking miserable. Like,
Yeah, they keep screwing him over.
because there is a gigantic like swaying of like how these Transformers start every series and why they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the reason why I like one so much is like one kind of feels like they were trying really hard to create a beginning for Transformers to where they don't have to repeatedly go back over and over and over again if they were to continue to make. They wanted to create a foundation for essentially the animation side of Transformers for the movies. That's how I'm currently viewing it.
They
Because
wanted an origin story.
yeah, again, an origin story that they don't have to constantly, because the origin stories go back a lot and they change a lot, and it's really
Mhm.
really weird. Like, what was it? Soundwave going back in time and becoming a prime, and like
That
and
might be a comic
become
thing.
yeah, it's a comic thing,
Mhm.
and becoming
Yeah,
like
that sounds
the
like a
first
comic thing.
Transformer. And is it and even their shows are really weird. So it kind of felt like they're like, listen, we want to create a staging point for this. So if we keep making these animation movies,
Mhm.
there's something go. They're all pretty different, and I gotta be real. Like for an origin story movie, I understand why everyone's doing what they're doing. Aside of a few Decepticons being just kind of goofy because they're kind of brought in towards 60% into the movie, right? The people out, the guard or whatever, that's Starscream, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And I'll admit, Starscream being like "choke me, daddy" was a little too much, right?
That's the
was
whole
Oh,
reason
really
you watched
weird.
the movie.
It was
Yeah,
so weird.
it was. I'll admit that we might have gone too far in a few places. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Uh, but besides that, I don't know. I kind of enjoy what they were trying to accomplish and what they did accomplish, and like I kind of respect essentially the ability to want to come in and like make sense to the madness, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Mhm.
I just kind of respect it in that regard. That's pretty much it. Like I understand that I know that depending on where you are in Transformers in the media, this movie is lacking in many areas, depending on how you view things, right? If
Mm.
you want your Michael Bay like randomly brutal, you're not gonna get that except for 1-2 scenes, right?
Yeah,
If you want
with you.
comic book darkness, you're not getting that here either. You
Mm-mm.
know, if you want like an overall like the homies are gonna solve a problem. You kind of don't get that either because like they're kind of feeling themselves out during the movie, and
All
Alita
because
feels way
it's an
more in
origin, so you
control.
don't get everything at their extreme yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Except
I
for that
understand.
brutality moment with Megatron where he rips the dude in half.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's one of the scenes, right?
He jazzed the shit out of that guy.
Yeah, he did.
Hmm.
But like it is lacking in certain areas depending on where you are in the game. But it's a very nice starting point for me where if they would have given it another honest chance to figure out where they wanted to take it from there, you would have had bits and pieces to work with going forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, like that, this is the one negative of Transformers as a whole is you kind of have to view Transformers to a certain degree as a continuation of whatever you're watching because every single time we've seen Transformers media, it tends to either be in seasonals or multiple movies. So like,
It doesn't
I
help
understand
that
what.
they reinvent like their entire cast. They reinvent everyone's character. They change the world. They change the writing.
Yep.
They transform the entire fucking thing every
Oh shit, he
time.
did
And
the
it's like,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, he said it. That's why like it's hard
Uh,
for me to say it's S, right? Because
mhm.
like it depending on who you are, you're not going to fully be like served here. But like I said, I see if they would have given another shot, or because I think they're done with this animation series, right? They're
Yep. They
Transformers
Yeah,
One is
officially
it
it.
killed it.
didn't get a green light for a sequel, unfortunately.
Didn't make all the money.
Yeah.
So now it makes none of the money.
So yeah, so yeah, that's why like I said, I'm more so leaning towards A than anything else. I'm probably gonna lock in A because, like I said, it's missing things, but there could have been something here. You could have had a decent origin story to where other people later on down the road could have worked off of it because Transformers gets really weird and really crazy, and it's way bigger than just Earth
Mm-hmm.
in the entire lexicon of Transformers. So like, yeah, they could have done something, but they didn't want to give it another shot. It is what it is. So that's where I'm at with it.
I completely understand that. And good on you for sticking to your laurels on that one. Will,
Hmm.
go ahead.
Oh.
Well, I get cursed
Paul already
out.
went.
Yeah, I get cursed out. So, well,
Yeah, but you
I
started
don't
off
even
with
go
B
that
because
high.
you're a motherfucker.
um,
Mm.
the Transformers 1, still a solid film. Separately, aside from this little rating system that we're giving it, even if you think that it's, you don't like it, if you like animation at all, watch the movie. It's really
True.
fucking pretty. Like, it's
Mhm.
obnoxiously pretty at certain moments.
Oh yeah.
Just watch it because exposing yourself, if you like animation at all, to really high quality work is always worth it, even if the writing is trash. So even if you don't like anything else, if you like animation, watch the movie.
Mhm.
I would honestly put it also in A tier. It's
Oh,
not. It's really, really good. It's really well done. I also haven't watched it since then because I don't remember what streaming service it's on.
my
Um,
voodoo.
okay, I'll have to pull it up on there again. That would probably alter my rating of it, but I guess today we're doing the rating, so too bad. Um, I would definitely give it an A tier. I feel like S, I have to kind of reserve for stuff that is much more specific to me and closer to me. I really, really like the movie. I really like how it's done. It was very sad that it was to see it not making any money and be like, yeah, this is fucking dead. Hasbro is kind of the worst. um, they've done a bunch of stuff recently to just kind of really illustrate the fact that they're really stupid, have no idea what they're doing, and they're a bunch of
Yeah.
idiots with really popular IPs. We've already talked about Power Armor Spandex because it is mecha related, but Hasbro, for those of you who are unaware, purchased Power Rangers from Saban Entertainment and then proceeded to almost immediately sell off the entirety of the property's leftover props direct from every show going back to the first one because they're basically done making Power Rangers shows. So they viewed it as a way to quickly cash in, put very little effort into marketing or talking about it, didn't give any of the former actors or anybody else any sort of like say or heads up or anything. Everyone was completely taken by surprise. So they fucked it up. Even hardcore fans who would have really been into that, who actually have money to like buy real used props from TV shows and movies, completely unaware. Hasbro just absolutely idiots, no idea what they're doing. They're, in my opinion, the Square Enix of TV shows and movies at this point.
Don't.
They have a lot of money. They have a lot of, but are also somehow not profitable, which makes no sense, but is a modern thing. But they also have really popular IPs, and you're like, how are you fucking this up? What are you doing? So
Mhm.
I would put this movie over in the A tier. I'm very sad that they killed it. I really, really would have liked to keep seeing this like American throw a bunch of A-list actors at a film animated movie thing, the formula we've seen now for like 15 to 20 years, where they just do that in animated features. I would have loved to continue seeing it. Was a very surprising movie. I was positive on it before I saw it. Probably would have given it like a C or a B. But no, it's a really good movie. Highly recommend people go watch it. So I'm putting it solidly in A tier, only because I'm reserving S in some ways personally, and that's about it.
Oh man, this is gonna be a little bit tough. So I'm gonna give you Ryan's score, then I'm gonna give you mine,
Oh.
and then we'll see how it goes from there. So Ryan wrote
Yeah.
S.
Mm.
I also have it at S.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, what are the reasons? Let's discuss.
So at the beginning of the movie, all the way to the very end, my face was either beaming or in shock. And considering that I first watched it with you, Will,
Mm-hmm.
you saw those reactions from me. You saw and felt
You were
whenever I turned
were
to you and
very,
hit you because I'm like, this is
very-
fucking awesome.
I know.
Everything about
Oh
it
yeah.
was just so fucking good. I love the voice acting. I love the characterizations of each character. I love the fact that we managed to actually get an origin story that didn't feel completely cookie cutter. I love the world. I love the animation. Everything about it. Just, it's a sad, 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 sad state of affairs going on with Skydance and Paramount that we are not going to be getting a sequel to this. It's a shame. And because it's a shame, it will remain an S tier. I love this movie, without a doubt. But here's the issue with all this. We have 5 votes. One of them is inconsequential because he's a little bitch, B for bitch. And we have 2 A's
Wow.
and 2 S's. So, Paul,
Okay.
I want you to figure out if you were to join either A or S, because I know that you're already 2 ranks below S at this point.
Wow.
What would be a considering factor for you to go to a different ranking?
As a
Honestly,
tiebreaker.
I'm gonna raise mine to an A,
Why?
mainly because of what you were saying, Sean, that it was a new interpretation of a Transformers film. It wasn't a storyline we've seen done over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is a plot point that I've seen in multiple different animes and movies and series. But this was the first time I seen it in Transformers, and they did it in a gorgeous way. The movie is extremely cinematic, and every scene.
You almost said masterpiece. I heard that word coming
Yeah.
out just in a short breath. You know, masterpieces are generally considered S class. I'm just saying.
It does have an S in the word, masterpiece. So
It's gorgeous. I'm not gonna deny that. And if I watch it a few more times, it might be an S tier movie for me. But as I sit right now, it's not. Like
All right,
don't
we'll go
like-
with A. We'll go with A. I'm
I
still
don't like
disappointed in
the-
you.
because I'm
Hey,
not
it's-
giving you the S that you want so badly.
Well, it's better than you giving me the D.
Damn.
a
It doesn't mean playing Transformers movies that they get a D in this fucking tier. Let's play that much.
We're gonna get
Yeah,
there.
funny.
no,
That's
no.
actually when the list is
There's
gonna get really hard. Is when we actually have to rate those particular things.
There's 2 that are going to be fighting for that F spot. I really want
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, someone's
So-
gonna be the bottom. Who's gonna be the
I
bottom?
really want to see who's going to win it.
Someone
already-
with a sword, maybe? I don't know.
Let's get into it.
Mm.
The thing that we've got going on is the first Bayverse movie, Transformers, released in 2007. This one, I'll start off with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna rate it C tier.
Mm-hmm. Respectable.
It's technically mid,
Mhm.
and there's a lot that's kind of cool, but it's got a lot that really sucks. Like, it's the best way to describe that is that it's got some really cool moments and some really shitty moments. And
Mhm.
Highs
at
and
this
lows.
point, like when you go on throughout the sequels, you will see the different ratio between good and bad on all those movies. This one is like the perfect midpoint for it because it's like it's not great, but you know I can watch it again because it's not something that I will just immediately turn off.
Oh.
I really don't have much else that I can say about that, so I put it in C tier. Will, go next.
Yeah, I mean, the
There you
first
go.
one starts it off.
Oh, we couldn't hear you.
Oh, so the first one, I would say, does start everything off. It brings it all over. And it's the first time that they ever did live action, all of that stuff. Honestly, C feels like a solid rating for it. There's a lot that could be improved, but it's really not like I would have never considered that one to be like a waste of time. I don't consider that one to be like offensive,
Yeah, well, it kind of
where
is.
you're just mad that you watched it. You're like, why the hell did I watch this? No, it's the first one. It lays a foundation, and then things get really, really weird. But it would have, yeah. It's not the one that like I would regret going back to, or that I really wouldn't want to go back to. That one does
All right.
exist.
So we've
Oh,
got
yeah.
that as a 2C so far.
Mhm.
David, what about you?
Well, as for me, I am kind of torn between B and C.
Whoa.
Mm,
All right, sell me on
Uh,
that.
So
mm.
the reason why I kind of leaning towards B is it is I kind of view the Transformers films in two categories, right? You have your Shia LaBeouf side, and then whatever the fuck else they do after Shia LaBeouf.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what was his name? Fucking Mark Wahlberg. That was his name.
Marky Mark.
Yeah.
He hates that. I shouldn't call
Which
him
by the
William.
way, I just put out a preview, and the preview it's Will going like, "Yeah, we don't have any fucking Maxim models in this. Just look at fucking Marky Mark."
So I
It's true.
I'm thinking about it, and out of the Shia LaBeouf things, it's the least offensive, but not the most fun for me. Out of the first three,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
which makes it kind of in this weird place of like, you
It's a
know,
limbo.
exactly. It's a very limbo state movie when I look back at those three movies in that category
Okay.
because those three do feel really different from the next three, right?
Yes, they do.
Mhm.
So I kind of compartmentalize them. So for me, Transformers, I'd be willing to drop C if this goes into like a weird tie, but I'm kind of leaving it at B right now just because like it's the only it's out of those three it's one of them that I'd be willing to watch again for no reason. There's one of them I will not watch again.
Mhm.
So so yeah, no, I think that's what kind of where I'm at right now. I'm willing to drop down to C, but right now I'm currently at a B depending on how things go with you.
All
and
right.
Ryan.
Mm.
So yeah.
So you're at B, willing to drop down to C.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a
Paul,
strong. I'm not married to the idea. You know what I mean?
you're not married to it, huh? Okay.
Yeah, you were. You're married to the idea of fucking Transformers One being S. You're like, nah, man, I can't have this.
I mean, yeah, but I had to put it down as A because you good for nothings. Anyways,
Yeah.
Almost
Okay.
convinced me to make it S.
Paul.
Okay. This movie is complex to me.
C, complex.
I honestly, it's between B and C to me.
I
I
need
think
to
that's
pick
what
one.
it's for all of us.
Like I'm gonna go with C. Like this movie is very.
Tell me why.
I'm very fond of this movie. It is the first live action movie that I've seen that has giant robots in it. And I saw this before I saw Robot Jocks.
Wow.
So that's
So
the
you had a
thing.
template, and it was one of
Yeah.
the worst templates.
Mhm. Yeah. So I'm like, seeing this was like, oh shit. There's possibility of seeing a live action Gundam movie. And
No,
this is
there was
before
a live action
G
Gundam movie
Savior
before
existed.
this one.
You're talking
This
about
is
G
before
Savior. That
knowing
movie
G Savior existed.
can be something that we watch, but
No,
we'll discuss
no,
that.
no.
G Savior was out before Transformers 1.
But this was like
Yeah, it came out
it
when I was
was
in high school.
amazing. It was amazing seeing this. The amount of time they put into the animation for each mech, for for
Still
each
impressive.
Transformer was intense.
It is still a good looking movie.
Yeah, it's a good looking movie. It's just eh. Like I wouldn't go back to watch it if I didn't have to. Like I'll still say, yeah, maybe it's pretty. You should watch it just to learn some animation tricks because they did really freaking good on this.
And notice how that keeps on getting worse with each movie, then somehow it gets slightly better.
Yeah, it's hard. Like okay, I think I can't remember what his actual last name is. Hiro from Heroes.
I know
You
you're
know what
Oh,
I'm
talking about.
talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
was
know his real
one
name,
of
Masayoka.
the yeah, he was one of the animators who did Transformers. He
You're
came up
lying.
with No, I'm dead serious. He said literally it was one of the last movies he worked with on Skywalker Ranch before leaving because
I'm
That's
this
looking him
was
up
ILM.
a
right now. I can
Lucasfilm.
prove you wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, it's special effects. Lots of people have done that. Mythbusters, like 2 or 3 of the people on cast were all former ILM workers.
Yeah. But
And you can
it's
keep
just one
talking.
of those movies where I'm like, it was beautiful, but I'm not purposely gonna go back. Since that movie came out, there has been so much better shit that
So
has come
just to
out.
interject here, Masayoka, who was known as Hero in the show Heroes, he did multiple films for ILM as a digital artist.
Mm-hmm.
First being Mighty Joe Young in '98, then
Nice.
Phantom Menace in
Mm-hmm.
'99, Mission to Mars and the
Ooh.
Perfect Storm in 2000, Attack of the
Mm-hmm.
Clones in 2002, Hulk,
Okay.
the Ang Lee one, and Terminator
Mm.
3, Rise of the
Hey,
Machines in
thank
2003,
Damn.
Revenge of the Sith in 2005, along with War of the Worlds, and the last
Mhm.
movie that he did ILM digital artistry for was Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest. Paul, you
Oh.
are a filthy liar.
Oh, okay,
you. Angry.
I'm wrong about that. But I guess that interview where he said that was bullshit. But
Or you made it up. But
no,
anyways,
because I remember him talking about that, but it probably was just him trying to get some attention.
well,
But
he got it,
no,
and now I proved him wrong, and you wrong.
alright,
And that's all that
whatever.
matters to me. So
Okay,
we have
Very
three
well
votes for
done.
C.
it's still in C tier for me.
Yes. So we have 3 votes for C and 1 for B. I am shocked that it got that high, but it's gonna go to C tier. All
Oh, you
right.
thought it'd be lower?
I honestly kinda.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, but the first one, I don't think it crosses that threshold. Like, we're reserving D and F for like, we don't like these and they hurt us.
So
Mm-hmm.
that brings up the next one called Revenge of the Fallen. You're right, it's not F tier,
No.
but it is
Mm-mm.
D tier.
Yeah, D. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was painful to watch. I don't regret. I don't fully
Mm-mm.
regret me watching it, but I'm not watching that again.
No.
No.
No. Mm-mm.
I
No.
can't really disagree with that assessment. I don't want to put it on the same tier as the first one. And
No.
honestly, I know when we were watching them, we kind of talked about like where we would place them. It is not better than the first one.
Hell
No.
no.
It's fine. It has its moments. It's cool, but like,
The
it's
only
just not
cool
as good.
the only cool thing about that movie was Alice,
Who's that?
Oh, Deceptive. Well, no, that's not Deceptivine.
Deceptivbitch.
Let's leave
Yeah.
it at that.
Yeah, Deceptivitch. That's
The
all
I
I'm
the
said
gonna
lady
call it.
with the
Deceptivine.
really long tongue.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
a Decepticon who yeah.
So Paul, I already heard from Will and David. We're
Oh
at
no, I
D. What about
agree
you?
D tier. I
All
agree
D?
D
Yeah.
tier.
All right.
It doesn't
Yeah,
physically pay us to
let's
watch
keep it
it, but
rolling.
it's D tier.
It's damn
Let's
near
keep it
close.
rolling.
Yeah, I remember having a lot of problems with the writing in the early part of the film too, and
Yeah,
just
you
being like,
also had a lot of
why?
problems
Why does
with the
this
next
exist?
one called Dark of the Moon.
I mean, they blend
D.
together after a certain point. Dark of the Moon is the one. The dinosaurs are the one after this.
Yes, Dark of the
Let
Moon
Mm-mm.
is
let
the one that takes place in
Dark Hunt.
Chicago. We actually had a full
Right.
after driving home from somewhere, being like, "Why does this movie? Why do I hate this
Exist.
movie?" You were having that exact conversation. So I'm going to start off with you because I really want to know where you place this.
I guess the question is, do I place it above or below?
I'm sorry, you cut out there. Say that again.
Oh, do I place it above or below the second film?
That's a really good question. By the way, I also do have some new rankings to add onto this because I just heard back from the other David, Video Noise, and so I will go over those, but I don't think it's going to change anything.
Okay. The yeah, it kind of all just flows together at a certain point. I'm not a huge fan of
Of
the
the
Bayverse movies
Bayverse.
like on their own as a
Hey,
whole.
Will,
Mhm.
your mic's cutting out a little bit. Like you sound far away. Can you talk closer to your mic?
No, it's mounted to my head. One
There
sec.
we go. All right. So you were saying regarding Dark of the Moon?
I D tier with the second one, but
Ooh.
I don't know if I would put it above or below the second one because now
Well, that's where we're gonna get into that once we manage to actually, get
okay.
everybody's
So that's a
ranking on
separate
that.
discussion. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would put this one there. It as much as it introduces probably one of my favorite characters, Hound, just because he's fun.
Mhm.
I can't completely save a movie because it's like, well, they had that one character who was fun. That's
What
a
Hound
lot
in
to
Dark of the
save a
Moon? I don't think he
film,
was.
wasn't he?
No, I think he's only introduced in 4 onwards.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well then, all right. DT, there it is. I'm not even remembering this correctly. DT it is.
Yeah, Dark of the Moon, that one's the one that introduces Leonard Nimoy.
Right. And also systematically
Ah,
kills him off.
Yeah.
look, here he is. There he goes.
Optimus, no!
Ah,
So, Paul, what's yours?
Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna go D. I'm gonna go D tier. The only reason it's D is because I don't remember this movie that well.
just
Like,
as an aside, 2 and 3 are vague for my brain. I haven't
yeah,
I
watched
get
them
that
recent
completely.
enough. They're just,
Yeah.
they're not good, so I guess I didn't remember. Sorry.
like I remember portions of
Yeah.
it. I don't remember them. Like,
Hmm.
I remember watching the movie and just going, okay, so whoever the female in the movie is, it's the actress that Michael Bay wants to sleep with.
Damn.
Because they change so damn often, and he gives them a slow-mo of them drinking a damn soda for no
Yeah.
damn reason.
So
Like,
what you're saying is this is very Fifth Element, where director
no.
cast pretty lady because director think lady pretty.
No, because at least Fifth Element was fucking good.
Wow.
I'm saying this
Damn.
was just shit.
But you
Like,
don't remember it, so you can't really say that.
okay, I can remember that they destroyed Chicago. They
Remember the 5th of November.
mhm.
That just happened to pass
they
by recently.
destroyed
Thank you
no
very much.
yeah. They destroyed Chicago. They almost destroyed Peter Dempsey. Sorry, yeah, Patrick. They almost
I was gonna say you're gonna
destroyed
say Peter
Patrick
Weller again.
Dempsey's career. Hell, that man can't do shit. The only thing he's doing is the freaking Disenchanted movies.
Damn.
Come on. It was so bad that not even a convoluted storyline could help it. And it's clear that it was only made to market to market shit, because they literally had a contest before the movie came out. What are we gonna put in it? The Mountain Dew bot, Oreo bot, or Pepsi bot?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the Mountain
That's
Dew
where
bot
that
was
came
kind of
from.
cool.
Yeah, there was a
Yeah.
freaking contest about that.
I liked it.
Like, yeah, like the
What would a
bot was
transformer
cool.
made of Oreos be like? It's not even a machine.
No, it was like a vending machine that had Oreo
Oh,
on it.
with that label on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
But literally that was it. That was the only thing that was making it interesting. And it what had nothing to do with the actual story.
I mean, toys sell, you know?
Yeah, toys sell, but you don't make a movie to sell the toys. Or sorry,
I mean,
the toys should
Mm.
not outsell the movie.
I think George Lucas would tend to disagree with you.
I would say that too.
Yeah.
So,
George
Look,
Lucas does love
your
the
D
this
has
toys.
is
been
just
registered. Whether it's been registered good or bad, that's
it's
for
a
us to
D
decide.
tier movie.
So,
Moving on.
before I go, and then David, I'll have you go last here. I heard from Video Noise, and he gave me a rating that I don't think any of you will agree with.
Ooh,
He gave me A tier.
ooh. A tier? This is
A
his favorite?
tier. Yeah, it's one of them. Now,
Damn.
he also gave me ratings for the other two, along with Transformers 1. So, for Transformers, the first one, he gave it a B tier, which I was really shocked by, but that would have gone along with you, David, but it still would have remained a C tier.
Does he
Yeah, like I
Transformers
said,
actually
2.
know what movie
fine
it is?
BC.
Transformers
Because
2,
I
he
don't
gave
think
it as
he
a C.
remembers what movie it is.
I'm just going to keep quiet until you're done.
I'm done.
You better fucking be.
Bitch.
Transformers 2, he gave it a C tier. Now, the animated movie, Transformers 1, if we put Paul back to his B, he gave it an S.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. You know,
Does that make the movie an S tier?
It does.
remember,
Tips it into it?
I also
Ooh.
said it's very, like I said, it's A or S for me. I was willing to go either way.
I was on the fence too.
You just didn't
Damn.
really give me a good reason. You were just like, because I hate Hasbro. I'm like, well, I hate Hasbro too. I've hated them forever. I hated them before you because they ruined Wizard of the Coast. You know, I'm a hipster hater of
Fuck me.
Hasbro.
Hmm.
They fucking
So-
ruined shit, you know?
So, with that being said, I think we are good to actually call this Transformers 1 an S tier movie.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the question is,
Is it better
Where?
than Pac-Man?
does it go on S?
Below Pacific Rim.
Below Pacific
Ooh.
Rim, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then. So
Yeah, I
we
could
can
see
all
that.
agree that Transformers 1 goes below Pacific Rim. Cool.
But what do
Now-
you think, Sean? Would you put it above it?
Fuck no. I love both
Jesus.
movies, but Pacific Rim is the one that I will always gravitate to, just like you,
Like,
where it will get me out of a bad mood.
I think
Yeah.
Transformers
Yeah.
1 has more fun moments and is easier to watch than Pacific Rim. But Pacific Rim
Yes.
is doing so much heavy lifting for what would have been a fantastic IP. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
once again, Guillermo del Toro, once again, we want to keep gushing about him, but like, come on.
Mhm.
The
Come
guy,
on!
everything. He thought about everything.
Come
Um,
on.
I'm honestly, I can't wait to watch his Frankenstein
Frankenstein.
movie. I know it's
Oh.
out
Really
on
want to
Netflix,
too.
but I'm gonna
I-
go and see it in theaters.
I will watch it, but I also have not watched the fish fucking movie, and I did watch
I've seen it.
Nightmare Alley. Nightmare Alley's a well-made movie, but it wasn't my cup of tea, so I didn't really like it.
What's
Yeah.
Nightmare Alley?
It's the one where it's about a bunch of circus freaks and a couple grifters within the circus freaks trying to figure out how they want to grift other people through their way of life until they make horrible decisions.
So
That sounds
basically living in
interesting.
Florida.
Yeah.
I've seen Shape of Water.
Yeah,
I've
Fish Fucking movie.
seen. Yeah, I've also seen Pan's Labyrinth.
That one I haven't seen either.
Pan's Labyrinth.
That one's
I
very
would
dark.
not suggest. Yeah, I would not.
That's a very
suggest
dark movie.
allowing a child to watch that. That
Ooh,
is literally like-
no. It has a child main character that is not a children's film.
yeah. It's like letting a child watch Legend and The Labyrinth. Those movies will fuck you up.
I used to watch Labyrinth as a kid.
I don't think Labyrinth is all that dark if you're like a teenager.
Yeah.
I saw it when I was like 6.
Well,
That might be a bit young.
well, you know how fucked up you are, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Even
It's
Even
one
to
of
the
those
man
things where
he
it's
is
like,
today.
yeah, that's
So,
new.
back to Transformers 3.
Mhm.
So we've
Yes.
got 2 Ds and 1 A.
Hmm.
Where I place it will also disrupt things.
Just put it in B tier, aren't you?
I'm going to put it in B tier.
Oh, God damn it. No consensus.
So, reason
Oh,
why
boy.
I put it in B excuse me. Reason why I put it in B tier. It is a slow ass movie. There's a lot of moments that are really hard to watch.
Yeah.
But I think it's because of the brutality of a lot of scenes that really ramp it up for me. And like the whole end segment from Chicago onwards, minus all the building hopping stuff, a lot of the Chicago stuff really paid off for me. And the fact that this is the start of Brutal Optimus, where he's like, fuck those humans.
Mhm.
Let them die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So this puts it at B for me.
So I guess we'll average it out to be a
Well,
C
No, we're not averaging. We're going based
Mhm.
off the most amount of votes.
majority.
Yeah. So then lastly,
B.
we've got David.
All right. See, sometimes, Sean, I make fun of you for your dumb takes and you liking certain things. Other times, there's a reason why we're friends. B.
Oh shit.
Yep. Leonard Nimoy buff is strong in this. The boys coming together to say fuck orders, we're gonna go get shit done in Chicago is great. Soundwave being the most destructive version ever to exist of Soundwave, next to him doing weird science shit. In a few instances in the comics is great. Like he's incredibly destructive and it's really fun to watch. Yeah, the Megatron like being like this desperate vandal with his fucking weird shotgun laser thing going on. Him his getting his face fucked up and then and what I know he's a prime. I forget his name right now. Sentinel Prime.
Yeah.
Sentinel Prime has some sus ass shit throughout the universe. So introducing Sentinel Prime here was really nice, and I thought it was really well. And weirdly enough, also works with where the a lot of the Bayverse stuff tries pretty hard to be really weird and zany compared to where the origins of either comics or previous characters that have been in other media has. Sentinel is different from Sentinel Prime is different from other primes, but there was some instances where like Sentinel was kind of doing some dirt in some of the offshoots. So like him coming here and doing the whole thing where they're trying to like, for the Earth and all that stuff. Like I don't know, it just with the rods. I don't know. It's a really fun movie. Obviously, girl running from building to building in high heels is really strange. Literally the first hour is rough. It's really slow, I'll admit, but that's why it's a B&B. I'd watch it again. I wouldn't mind, and it's a movie you get together with the boys and hang out and watch, or whoever. I don't mean boys in literal. I mean people who like mecha. It's a fun you want to see people just fuck shit up. Let's go hang out, right? That's why I like it in B. I think it's a good movie. You watch it with friends who likes the same things you like, and I wouldn't be too mad if I saw it again.
Well, that's great news, David. I'm glad to hear that. So this is going to be an upset because obviously we have 2 in D and 2 in B. I'm going to say we're going to go ahead and put it in B tier only because we have one outranking.
We have an absolute psychopath in A rank.
Yeah. So because of that, the way that I see it, it's like how many people want it in D? All of us raise it. How many think it's better than D? Some of us raise it. How many think it's better than B? Shit like that. So since we've only got one person who rates it higher than B, I'm going to put it at B rank. Make sense?
I think that's fair. Yeah,
that's
there's
fair.
nothing more. Right. It's more positive than negative.
Yeah.
So this one, I am labeling it as Transformers: Dark of the Dempsey.
I will say he is the low point of the movie. The moment the camera looks at him. No, he didn't have to talk. The moment the camera looks at his face, I'm like, okay, cool. We can just new low point.
Now here comes the next thing. We also have Pacific Rim Uprising in B. What's better, this or Uprising? All right, I figured that was going to be really easy.
Anybody want to argue against it?
No. Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now the next thing. Let me pull up my list here in just a second. Come on. All right. So the next thing that we've got. David, I know you didn't watch it with us, but you might have watched some things. The next thing is Beast Wars.
I only watched it when I was a kid, bro. So I'm not going to rate it because I don't remember. I remember it, but like I'm going to be remembering it. Yeah, like I'm going to be... I'll just say my thing real quick. Because it's Dinobot fucking running the ones and fucking all them up, it's an A or S. Like, that scene alone...
Good job.
Scene alone, like, carries... There's other cool shit too. Rhinox in his last stand, I think like episode like 20 or 21, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was hype. There's a lot of like the shit with Black Arachnia is really interesting and good. Like there's good here, but like Dinobot running into ones until the end, where he wins with the fucking rock, and it's an A or S. You guys can figure it out. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm out.
All right. Paul, I'm going to let you go first because I know you pissed me off with this one.
Okay. But because I have actually gone back and finished watching it. I did go back and after the episode, I went back and finished watching all of it. And I have an opinion.
Don't forget. You also said after watching the very first episode, this cartoon looks like shit. Why the fuck would I want to watch
no,
this?
I'm not gonna remove that. It looks hard. It's hard for what I was thinking, but
It's
You're a piece
weird
of
that you
shit.
really like Reboot, but you talk about this as rough.
Yeah, wait,
Right?
why you like
I
Reboot? It's the same
know,
shit. What are you,
I
Yep.
know, I know.
Reboot's actually
brother?
earlier.
It's just
This happened after
nostalgia
Reboot. They're
goggles.
technically better at
Yeah,
animating in this show than they are in Reboot.
yeah.
I was gonna say the
I think
same
it's
thing.
nostalgia
Reboot
goggles
looks like
that's
shit
doing it.
compared to this.
Yeah, I know.
Technically.
But I'm gonna say it's A tier.
Ooh.
It is A tier. They This is a show where they took their time fleshing out the characters and you actually feel the love for the characters. I'm not going to put it S tier because I do think this show needs to receive some love from post audience and from the original creators and have it remastered and put back out, but
That's never going to happen.
most likely. But
4K
it
upscale will
is
be done by fans at some point, but that'll probably be it.
Yeah, but it is an A tier show to go out on. It's beautiful. The storylines are deep. Each character gets fleshed out to a point where even hell, Waspinator gets a fucking back. They give background characters freaking substance.
Oh,
it it is a good show. It is a good show. Yes, there's little things that get me that I'm like, oh, clearly Hasbro pushed put their put their dick on the scale and said, we want a new version of shit so we can sell more toys.
Give me some of that has dick, yo.
Yeah, but other
they
than
they
that,
do
I'm like,
Transformers, the original show, where they just off characters because they needed more toys. That literally is
yeah,
a thing they do in this one. So,
but
eh.
you can clearly see that they were keeping up with that, but still showing love to the characters and trying to rationalize it. So I accept that, and that's why I'm saying it's an A tier.
Interesting. Will, I'm gonna let you go and then I'll go.
The only choice I really have to make is whether I'm putting this above Pacific Rim or below Pacific Rim. But
Ooh,
it's an S tier for me. Like, this is the only show where the more I go back to it and think about it, the better it gets. It always is improved. I'm currently rewatching it again and constantly pausing as stuff occurs to me to make an obnoxiously long outline, and then I will take those notes and do something with them in the future. But it's this is one of the best written Transformers shows, one of the most cohesive. It has some of the best characters. The animation is about the only thing you need to sell people on. If you just hold the writing out, it's phenomenal. And that's where the show comes from. If I just wanted a cool design and a cool toy, fine, those exist, but what makes it good is all of the really, really interesting writing in the characters. And this show has so many. You have Dinobot just basically being willing to fight anything. He doesn't care what
well,
you are. He said the fight starts now. That's just how he works. Episode 1, he challenges Megatron for control of the Predacons.
And
Episode 1,
Optimus.
and
and
Optimus.
Optimus. At the end of episode 1, he threatens Optimus, and Optimus is like, "I don't have time for your bullshit," and just
And
fucking walks by. But it's just episode 1. Dinobot's like, "I hate all of this. All right, I'm gonna go punch it in the face." It's
yeah,
phenomenal, but
it's also the fact
it's
that
a really
Dinobot
good
had
show.
pride and honor.
Constantly,
Dinobot
like
also
he
had
was
pride.
the most serious character on that show by far.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I think we all know where I'm gonna land on this one, but I just want to make sure that we go over it real quick.
Hmm.
I
Mhm.
echo everything that Will says. For me, it's one of those shows where I can literally binge watch it in a week. Hashtag no life on it, but doesn't matter. It's that good of a show. I can watch it and not have a problem watching any of the episodes, even some of the harder to
Mhm.
watch episodes. I still won't really have an issue, mainly because I know what's coming. I know
Mhm.
everything. It's something I grew up with. Granted, that's also the nostalgia factor for it. But the
Hmm.
fact that you can still watch it today and say, wow, I feel good continuing watching more.
Mhm.
It shows that it still stands the test of time on that. It's a really good show. It's well written, from the start, and even though
Yeah.
way back then, Paul, it's still really cool to watch and seeing all the different things how they were able to translate some stuff to toys. And honestly, I really like the stories, even though some of them were like one note characters. You really got a feel for all of them. I really, really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the best written shows out there, for its time, and I think that if people were to try and watch it today, they would still enjoy it. So I'm gonna say S tier.
Okay.
Now, David, I know that you were split between A and S. You were waiting to hear our thoughts on it. Where have you landed?
I'll bump it to S. You made a pretty, you
Mhm.
made a very impassioned point. So
Hell yes. So now we have three things in S tier. Where does this show go? Does it go to above Pacific Rim or above Transformers 1 and beneath Pacific Rim?
it's either above or below Pacific Rim.
Will?
I would put it above Pacific Rim only because, and we're having an apples and oranges discussion.
Mhm.
1 2-hour film or a TV show that spans like 8 to 10 hours or whatever of total media. I would put it above because there's a lot more going on, but I mean, they also had the time to do it. 6
Mhm.
episodes of the show, and you've covered the entire runtime of Pacific Rim. There are still double-digit episodes to go, so it's like it's not very fair, but I am going to put it above Pacific Rim.
Now, let me ask David this question. David, you used to work for a video store rental company, is that correct?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Really?
Now, imagine yourself at said video store company,
Yep.
putting
That was
Pacific Rim on, and it's something that I think you would actually have to watch over and over throughout the day. Is that right?
yeah. There. If I'll just say I worked at Blockbuster, and unfortunately, it went under before Pacific Rim came out.
Wah, wah.
But if Blockbuster did live on, yes, this would have been a movie that would have been playing throughout all of Blockbuster repeatedly.
Now, if
Stars.
you were in that situation when Pacific Rim came out and Blockbuster was still around, would you have gotten tired of that movie playing? Now, I say that because you and I have gone to see Scott Pilgrim multiple times in theaters, and we never got tired of that.
An embarrassing amount.
Yes, we saw that multiple times in theaters, and we never got tired. Anytime that
this
we
is
thought we
true.
would get tired, we didn't.
This is true.
So, can the same logic be applied to Pacific Rim for you?
Damn, now that when you put it under that context,
Hmm.
that's I think, if I'm being honest, I'm gonna just try gut check. I could watch it again. I could watch it. I'm thinking about Scott Pilgrim and the amount of time we went to go watch it. It was just enough time in between watchings where it's like, yeah, I'm cool with that, right? Because we didn't go like every week. There was one time we did go once, and then the very next week because a friend of yours wanted to go.
Yep.
But it was enough time between because it was on theaters for a very long time. It was like 6 months was on theaters. Yeah, I could see myself if we were to Scott Pilgrim essentially watch Pacific Rim in that same frequency. I could do it. Yeah.
Got it. So Pacific Rim would be at the top for you. Obviously, Will, you would think it's above Pacific Rim. Paul, considering that you're such a bitch, you would definitely put it below Transformers 1. I know that for a fact.
No, I would put it above Transformers 1.
Oh, look at you being helpful.
Oh, okay.
It all rests on me then. Do I make this a tie, or do I go with my gut feeling?
Can I actually give you some outside commentary?
You always do, but what do you got?
All right. I believe that we should separate it. There should be S tier movie and S tier series.
No, I want people to be angry at this list.
Oh, well, in that case,
I
where the
feel
fuck is
like it's
Transformers 3? And why is it not S tier of all of these trash movies?
Because if people were to actually see this list and say, why do you have it there? I want us to get into an argument about it later on.
Okay. Well, yeah. I stick with mine. It's Pacific Rim, Beast Wars, in my opinion, then Transformers 1.
Interesting.
Actually,
All right,
no.
then.
No. I would put Beast Wars before Pacific Rim.
Whoa.
Mainly, yes, I know I put it in A for me, but
Hmm?
it we're putting it in S, so I would say of story, I would put it above Pacific Rim.
Interesting. So, my thought initially was Pacific Rim being at the top, but I was trying to figure out where I place Beast Wars, and it still goes along the lines of this is something that basically has been with me since childhood, and it's got to get its representation. It's got to get its due. It's still S tier, but it's number one for me. Beast Wars
So we're putting that above everything. That's the king, the crown.
for now. So I honestly thought we would have a bigger fight on that one, but no, I'm actually really happy with where that turned out. Next, this is for me, Will, and Paul. Medabots
Mhm.
season 2.
Mm.
This is gonna go D tier for me, straight up. I
Ooh.
can't argue anything else about it. It's not awful, but it's damn near close.
Wow, you really didn't. I remember you being very angry. You did not
Yep.
like this season.
Mm-mm.
Where did we wind up with putting one?
C tier.
C. Okay.
So, Will, you first.
Okay. I am torn between equating to the first or dropping it a little
Ooh.
below because the first does have a lot more moments that stick out.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say I don't genuinely think that the season is like totally a loss. Like I don't think you lose by seeing this part of the show.
Now, I'm going
The
to give you
last
a reminder
couple.
on this one then.
Uh,
Obviously, the American dub and the Japanese cut are completely different because
yep,
the
that's why
American
there's a
dub
season 1 and
decides
2
to
at all.
restructure every fucking thing about it. So,
Yeah.
season 2 was a disjointed mess.
Yes, completely. Makes absolutely no sense. It's almost like motifs of the show.
Yeah,
Season 1 actually holds itself together, though that was again
mostly.
entirely
Mostly.
fabricated, mostly, but it was all fabricated.
Yeah.
In Japan, there was just Series 1, which is all of the episodes together.
Not out of order either.
No, and they're not out of order, so they make sense. I don't know. As a whole, I feel like when you break them apart, it would be a season 1 and 2 in the C tier thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put them on the same one, and then just put it below season 1. They're
Interesting.
both
All
in C
right.
tier, and I'll stick it below it.
So before we, decide how and where to put that, lastly, Paul, where would you rank season 2 of Medabots? Good answer, Paul.
I am literally on. It's.
And we're gonna go ahead and stop
I
here for
have to go
ads.
with John and go with D.
D.
I have to
All
go
right.
go with D. Like I was gonna say it's a low C for me, but there was just too much. There were too many bad episodes, and not enough good to go above it. And
And
there's too
I
many
agree
little things
completely.
that irritated me,
I agree completely. So now the
and
question
this
is,
referee couldn't save it.
oh yeah. So now the question is, where do we place Medabots season 2 in D tier? Do we place it above or below Revenge of the Fallen?
Above.
Ooh, why?
I didn't think that needs to be explained.
It does.
Okay. One is complete shit. The other one is kind of shit.
Wow. Okay. Will?
One, you actually can derive some joy from it. The other one, meh.
I'm gonna say I feel that way for both options. So that's why it's in D tier. So Will, you're the deciding factor on this one.
Well, since we're placing it in here, I would put it above. I still get more enjoyment and positivity from it than I do from most of the live action Transformers.
I will give you that as well. So Medabots season 2, you are above. Now, one that I think is going to be very difficult for all of us, minus David, of course. Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quux. So, David, do you know what G-Quux is about?
No, I tapped out of Gundam after Gundam Seed / Gundam 00. I like Gundam as a series, but a part of me as I got older, the tropiness of anime kind of grated away at me a little bit too easily. I'm trying to get back into enjoying tropes. 'Cause I'm basically playing a game right now that's effectively tropes the gotcha game. It's still good. It's Nikkei,
Okay.
which is really funny because it's on board because these are all robot too. So whatever. Anyways, yeah, no, it's pretty difficult. Back in that days, it was pretty difficult. So I thought about trying to watch GU whatever fucking.
G-Quux?
Why is it multiple U's? Do they explain? Is that a
No.
thing?
Not at
No.
all. Never. They don't even give
No.
you the real name of the robot, which they
No.
explicitly say that's not the name of the robot, and then they just never tell you what its name is.
So
Okay.
the
There's a lot
reasoning
about
that
this
I
show that
saw,
has
which was a fan
problems.
reasoning, was that
That's a
it was
fan
all based off
thing.
of
That's not
computer language.
real.
Because there's other character or other robots named like G Fred and something else. I don't remember what it was, but basically they are all representative of different programming languages. So I'm assuming
So-
G-Quux is along the same lines.
So
Yeah,
the only thing I
GU
will.
stands for Gundam.
So the only thing I'm gonna say to this, so you guys can talk about it, is the real reason why I didn't watch it immediately is I thought that was the title of the show was a joke. I thought this was like, oh, someone's memeing, because who in their right
I mean,
mind
kinda.
would put
Mhm.
6 U's in a show when she wanted like I'm not. It feels like it was like a YouTube poop like back in it's like 2012.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like someone's like run on joke that everyone thinks is really funny, but no one's laughing. That's what it kind of felt like in a title form. Because I'm like, wait a minute, why would you name it that? Clearly, someone's fucking with somebody else, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I ignored it when I heard, oh, there's a new Gundam coming out. It's G-Kooks or whatever it is. I'm like, sure there is. Yeah, I bet. Why would they? That's a really dumb name. Why would a full-grown adults name a show like that? I was wrong.
You want to know who named it?
Someone high on meth.
The people who made Evangelion.
So someone high on meth.
Thank you.
Yeah, you didn't have to agree with me, Sean. We already.
I mean, I had to. I wanted that good setup.
So yeah,
So-
y'all can carry on. Yeah.
So we've already reviewed it, but I wanted to make sure that we go over the premise with you real quick. Take the idea of the original Gundam, except change it up to where the main character from the original Gundam doesn't exist, and it's basically alternate universe timeline where the bad guys win. And
Okay.
so, because of the fact that the bad guys win, you're basically taking it 7 years later, I think 6 or 7 years later, from the point where like it's already been past the year where they won. What's happened next, and everything is still shit. So then you are going through all this weird bullshit of like, is this a simulation? Is this real life? Is this an alternate universe? What the fuck is going on? It goes through a lot of shit, which made it interesting, but ultimately the ending did not pay off. I think we can all agree to that, right?
No.
The last
did
like
not
4
pay
episodes
off.
don't explain anything. It doesn't make any sense. They still don't have Amuro. It just kind of ends, and just
Yeah.
like it requires a movie to explain what it just did.
Or
Mhm.
if they were given an additional season, I would have been able to forgive all that because it was very rushed the last 4 episodes.
Yeah, which is
it
why they
was-
are paced terribly and don't make any sense.
Right.
It was like literally they're like first coming up to it like you got 24 episodes, so take your time. Then no, we're cutting it down to 12.
Now, I preface that
Mhm.
by saying all those things that are like what we would consider not steps in the right direction. But I had a ball of a time watching this fucking show, man. Like every fucking week we were going to talk about it.
Mhm.
I was there. I was so in. It's not S tier. I wanted it to be S tier, but it's not. It
Oh, not with that
definitely
ending.
could be better. But the fact of the matter is, I was there every single moment. It has some missteps, but it's still great. A tier for me. Paul, you can go last. Will, what's first?
Better than B, just because the last 30% of the show are nonsensical. There's a giant Gundam at the end for no reason. Nothing gets explained. There's very little payoff other than like the characters going, I'm gonna
Oh.
live my life now, and then they
David, he's not
literally
kidding.
wipe out.
He's not kidding.
wipe
There is a
out
literal
an entire
giant
character.
Gundam at the very end. Where it's basically this guy comes in from another universe who basically
Oh,
possesses the guy who's already in the universe, who phased in and out, whatever explained. And then as soon as he comes in the original Gundam, all of a sudden it balloons to a fucking like 50 times bigger than anything else. It changes colors. It's still the same thing, but it changes colors and grows larger. It's like, good lord.
It turns white.
No, it turns silver.
That was white.
Dude.
Need to rewatch it.
But yeah, it makes some magic bullshit for no reason.
Love magic bullshit for no reason.
Yeah.
There are moments that stand out, but the show is a B. It has a lot of work to polish.
You're a B.
Yep.
Paul, you may go last.
It was an S until I want to say episode 9. They were doing so much with so.
Like
it
it
was
had
nice
all those
seeing
pieces. The Psycho
it,
Psycho Gundam.
it had so much. It kept adding on and on and on. It was building to something like brand freaking new in the UC timeline. Something we never seen before. And then freaking turns into Turn A Gundam. And I'm like, why? Like, trying to keep up with it, in best explanation, the last few episodes, you're going to have to watch them 2 or 3 times
He's not wrong.
to get everything.
He's absolutely right on that because there's a lot that goes on in such a short amount of time. Oh my god!
It's like,
At one point, the main, I guess you could call him the main bad guy, but in this universe, he's kind of not, but he is. He magical girls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
And honestly, how can you kill legacy characters in the amount of time it takes you to blink?
I mean, they do that in everything, so I can't really say anything about that.
No, I mean literally, they killed one of the villains off and don't really react to her getting killed off or do any multiple shots. It's just snap, she's gone, moving on.
Considering how fast-paced that from that point on the show is, I think that kind of sets that standard there.
Yeah,
but
it was literally like
when she dies in the original show, because you're talking about,
yeah, you know who.
Yeah, so when she dies in the original show, it's also pretty quick too.
Yeah, but
the
you
next
see
thing that
it
happens
in
after
like
that
3 different
is
angles.
Shard, fighting Amuro for an episode, and then that's it.
But this was just like, it was quick, fast, continuous. It went from something that they were building, and you're like, okay, so season 1 is a growth season, not thinking that they're gonna have a season 1, like it's gonna be a season 2 or season 3. But this literally went from, okay, it's just gonna be one season, and you have to wrap up
from
your
high octane to
storyline.
high octane plus turbo.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, you're moving good. You're moving good. I'm actually able to keep track of the main characters, but now you're moving like, oh yeah, no, you're gonna have to rewatch
So
everything.
because of all that, where would you rank it?
I would say it started off as an S, but because of how bad the end of the pacing was and how the final episodes leave you kind of, it leaves you incomplete. It leaves it extremely incomplete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to put it down to a low A.
Wow.
Like,
so low A is still an A. Just saying.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it's primarily because of the mech designs in that series are chef's fucking kiss. Other than the main suit, everything else is magnificent.
So then the question is, do we put this above or below the Peter Weller cut, also known as TF1? Personally, I would put this below the Peter Weller cut because, granted, it's a movie, but it's something that will still leave me smiling all the way throughout, and it doesn't really disappoint me.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Right,
I agree.
Cool. So we got that. We got Babe and the final 2 live action movies, and then we're done. So, Transformers 4, Age of Consent. Let's start off with David.
Okay. All right. Listen, I'm going to say this, and I mean this with my whole chest. Okay? I mean this. There's only one reason, and one singular reason this is not an F. It's because TJ Miller died in a funny way.
Wow.
Dark.
Wow.
That is dark.
That is it.
Yeah.
He parried a giant No, I'm not getting into it. I'm not going to crash out again. I crashed out once. I'm not crashing out again. This is you can you can convince me to bring this to an F right now at the D because of the TJ Miller scene. That's it. We're done.
Wow. All right.
Wait,
Will, where would you rank it?
Either D or F. I want to say D purely because lockdown.
Okay. All right.
It's
So
just because
basically,
of him.
your primary reason for it is just because of lockdown.
Yeah,
If
he's
he
a
wasn't
really.
carried,
What?
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's essentially the one character in the movie who's like enjoyable to watch. He's doing his thing, which is never really explained, working for a boss that they do not flesh out or properly write for. But Lockdown is really enjoyable in the film. The way that he's animated, the way that it's shot when he's on screen, the consistency, his tone. And then this movie also introduces the character I thought was in the last movie. So yeah, I would give this a D tier. It's not great, but I don't think that it's truly a waste of time.
All right. So before we go to Paul, I do want to let you know that Video Noise, he chipped in, and he wrote C tier.
Oh, I thought he'd go higher.
I don't know.
are these parody rankings?
They are not parody rankings. These are real rankings brought to you by Video Noise TV. So he wrote C tier. And Paul, you go ahead.
I had to make sure this was the one I thought it was.
This is the one where Stanley
Yeah, I
Tucci
know.
yells at the
I
old
know.
Chinese woman and says, "Get the fuck out of the way" in Chinese.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay, we might be in D tier now. I forgot Stanley Tucci's a little silly guy in this.
Better than his silly role, quote unquote, in the next movie where he plays Merlin and is awful.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, I'm gonna go D tier.
Wow. Why?
I'm gonna go D tier. I was gonna say C because I love anything Stanley Tucci's in, and he usually makes a movie like 18 times better.
Yeah, we know that you'd suck him off if you could.
But even he couldn't save this. Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. No, the stupid. Okay, no one can change my mind that dude was a pedophile. that dude was a pedo. Like, there is no excuse. There is
We're not
no
talking about Mark
explanation.
Wahlberg. Just to clarify.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's why I laughed.
I mean, real quick, because I did
Goddamn.
my best to purge my brain. Who are you talking about?
Sorry.
Mark
I'm talking
Wahlberg's
about-
daughter's boyfriend who carries around a Romeo and Juliet statue in his wallet because he's dating a minor.
And it's
Yeah.
laminated. It is a
Yeah.
laminated card.
Yeah.
It's just Paul, the way that you place that, because you went from one thought process to the next. You went Mark Wahlberg ... I just want to let everyone know that dude's a pedophile.
Okay, I'm not saying Mark Wahlberg's a pedophile.
That is
God.
technically what you said,
About
but yeah,
the
that's not what you
character.
meant.
That's gonna go in the
That's not
preview.
what I meant. That's not what I meant. I'm talking about the dude Shane, who was the daughter's boyfriend, who was a rally car racer, and he carries around a card in case the
We
cops
know who you're
stop
talking
him
about.
saying,
It's just the way that you said it, dude. It's funny. I
no.
can't wait to listen to that again.
Honestly, now that you bring that up in the most cursed way possible, that is diabolical work that it's laminated. It's fucking laminated.
It's so superfluous too. There's no reason for it. It doesn't serve the plot. It has no meaning. It's just there to be funny. But it's so uncomfortable when you think about it for more than 5 seconds, where you're like, that's just kind of nasty. Why would you write that
Okay.
into the movie? You could have just
Yeah.
made her 18. It's a movie. It's not real.
He pulled that card out with the confidence that George Clooney pulled out the Batman credit card in Batman and
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
He pulled it out with the same speed and confidence. Like,
George Clooney. That man is
I
not
know.
a pedophile.
yeah,
No.
yeah. It was like he pulled it out with such confidence, confidence and repeat action. Like I've done this before.
He's done that
You,
before. This has been
yeah,
a problem for him before.
here, read it. Romeo and Juliet. I'm like Romeo and Juliet
Oh
statue.
man.
Doesn't matter as long as they've known or were dating before.
Yeah.
So
You know
It
what?
was bad.
Because of the conversation with that and us laughing because of it, it's a D now. It's a solid D. That it doesn't help. It just like talking about it and making fun of it makes the movie slightly better.
Yeah,
I
that's it.
know.
Like making fun of the
God.
movie increases its value.
Exactly, it does actually.
It increases the movie's value. And I'm just like, no. It was it wasn't a bad movie. If they took out certain things, it might be C. It might be a C movie where you're literally eating popcorn, enjoying it, just shut your brain off. But no, they put so much random shit in there to try to make it funny, and it just backfired.
So I'm gonna go D tier as well, but I'm gonna explain why, just to add on to it. Everything that we've said, it's a bad movie, like so bad.
Hmm.
Some redeeming qualities, David. You already laughed it off, and you almost crashed out. But that fucker parried a fucking Dinobot, yo.
Fucking,
Yeah.
he parried. He's on the ground and he parried a fucking robot. So
The action in this movie, I dig. It's got good action,
Mhm.
but that cannot hold up anything else surrounding it. It's
Mhm.
so bad. And the biggest thing that you will remember, David, and I remember that you fucking crashed out on this one before, was the factory scene where Bumblebee decided to square up against the not Bumblebee.
Mhm.
So
man.
yeah, you remember now. It's a bad movie. Like the jokes just don't hit, and there's like a lot of nothing going on. The only redeeming thing, like I said, is the action, and even then, it's only against the other Transformers. It's not even against like the dogs, like the Robo Dogs. Like all of that is just unnecessary and wasted space. Like this is barely a D, but it's a D.
Mhm.
So let me ask you this. We're putting it in D. We already have Medabots Season 2 and then Revenge of the Fallen. Where does this go?
This is the best version of D because I can still laugh at it. I can't laugh
Yeah.
at Revenge of the Fallen. No, whatever. The other Transformer that's in here.
Yeah.
I
So
would put it above Revenge of the Fallen.
not
I
above
would put it
Medabots Season 2?
no, because
Okay.
I, I could see watching this movie.
And you
This
can
is
go
a
like,
good.
that dude's a pedophile.
Yeah, like I feel like this movie would be a great like drinking game movie.
Yeah, we already know. With you.
Yeah, sorry. I do apologize about that
Forgot about that.
because this yeah, this is a great drinking game movie. Uh, anytime anytime they reference him speaking or doing something, uh, I will say
So,
this: his only thing is, I can drive, motherfucker. I can fucking drive too. That's your only goddamn skill. Mm,
I'm trying to remember if he
Yeah.
had a consistent accent in the movie.
he didn't. You guys, made
no,
fun of that.
yeah, he kept
Yeah, that
dropping.
was a weird thing
So,
that they
yeah.
didn't bother to do either.
So the last
It
of the
was like,
Bayverse movies is next. Transformers: The Last Night.
F.
no.
Get it away from me. It goes
Just F.
in the bottom of the barrel.
The only good thing in the movie is Cogsworth, which is a Disney character, but you know who it is.
Yeah,
Give me a TV show of Cogsworth and Anthony Hopkins dicking around.
Yeah.
It sounds like so
Yeah.
much fun.
that that right there would be better than the entire
Yeah.
Bayverse franchise.
Give us the shining star that is just that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so bad that the fact that my computer didn't even record my audio for that review that we did, it was basically saying, "Nah, bro, I'm just gonna shut you down.
That's
We
right.
don't
You
need
have
it."
to scrap that one. That's
Yep.
Yeah.
right.
100%. We watched
So
it. We recorded it.
everyone,
We lost too much.
exactly. We did watch this movie. This movie is pure shit. It's so bad. We reviewed this movie and talked about how it's pure shit and so bad.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a slog
it
to get
is
through.
literally the bottom of the barrel. Everything about it is just so awful. Like I would probably rather watch some, I don't know, maybe iPhone movie that you can find on Tubi than watch that again.
Dang, that's really specific.
Yeah. So
I never installed Tubi, so I don't know. I don't know your pain.
oh, it's you find some real hidden gems there.
Yeah, true.
So I think we're all in agreement that this is F, right?
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just a waste of time.
All right,
Other than
cool.
you look up the scenes, it's one of those things. Look up the scenes with Anthony Hopkins in it, and then just skip everything else.
Yep.
This entire movie, I guess here's what I'll say, just for depending on who's watching this, whatever. You need to understand this. This movie exists, I think, for one reason and one reason only. Someone randomly in some boardroom somewhere read the IDW comics and was like, "Oh wait, Optimus went evil at one point in time
I forgot about that. Yeah.
for like a quarter of the chapter, for like a quarter of that section of the comic. I could make a movie off this. Ignore the fact that it was not he was not evil for very long. We can make a movie out of this." That was the amount of thought that went into it. Was that little moment where Optimus had Dark Optimus and did all that weird shit with Dark Spark, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, that's all it was. Because this movie has no substance within its reason for it to exist.
Mm-mm.
So yeah. Also too, I also, you know what's really lame, and I get that like he got a lot of shit for it because the way how he came into prominence was not a natural transition. It was to sell toys. I think Hot Rod getting shafted in these movies kind of sucks because I think like Rodimus Prime is kind of cool. It actually has some interesting storylines that happens in the comics and stuff. But the problem is like he was brought in so shallow that he was never really adopted into into the media outside of comics in any meaningful degree outside of like he's kind of like Optimus' sidekick in the 80s for the animation series where he did take over a little bit. There was some Rodimus Prime there.
Until they brought him back, he's like, he's not selling enough toys.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
sell toys. We gotta bring
Optimus
Optimus
was so
back.
popular. They fucked a
And
lot of stuff up, but
then yeah, when he came back in like the where most of the animation happens in Cybertron, he just kind of like exists, and he does a few things occasionally, and so they bring Hot Rod back here, and he just like, oh, I have a gun that's like does time manipulation, slows things down, and that's all he does. He just shoots that like 3 times, and then that's his contribution to the movie. The movie is like really shallow. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. There's some Transformers we haven't used yet. Ignore the fact that the context of why they would be there doesn't exist or anything else. Like they basically had a leader of the Autobots just be a dude who shot a gun 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. This movie shouldn't exist. All because that guy found out Optimus was evil for a little while, and that's the only reason why the movie exists. Because Hasbro's like, we can make a toy out of this.
Yeah, it's a bad movie. Moving on to semi-bad things, or maybe ultimately bad, Beast Machines. So, before we go into our rating of Beast Machines, David, what do you think Beast Machines is about?
I watched it once when I was a kid. Isn't that when they go back to Cybertron for a bit?
Ooh, you are right.
Yeah. I don't remember fuck all other than me not liking it when I was a kid.
That goes for a lot of us. Some of us have changed, some of us have not.
I remember being very confused on like why Rat Trap was
Yep.
what he was, why Cheetor was there, how they were. Who else was I confused about when I was a kid?
That's fair.
There was one more character. I was like, wait, why the fuck are they like that? Why are they here? Why are they acting like this? Was it the Griffin guy? No, he's dead.
Well, he wasn't dead, but he was gone for a long
He was
time.
gone. Oh, I can't remember. I just remember like that Beast Machines being such a weird show when I was a kid, being like, that's not what happened, or it did happen, but like I remember the characters being weird, not liking the show, and
So,
I
quick
bounced off of it
recap
super
then.
hard.
It is the sequel to Beast Wars.
Mhm.
It is basically take the ending of Beast Wars where they're all going back to Cybertron, and then all of a sudden they're being attacked. They basically got their bodies reskinned back to their original animal forms, and then they can't transform. And so they end up making their way through the sewers, and they end up in this AI that basically reprograms them to be more organic and along with their, Transformer selves. So
Okay.
then they fight Megatron. and then they try to figure out how to beat him and his army, and shit just gets weird.
Okay.
It's the best way I could say that. So, Will, I want you to go last on this one because I know that you are incredibly passionate about it. So let's go with the hater. Paul, where would you rank Beast Machines?
I'll go with C.
Ooh, that's higher than I expected.
I know you thought I was gonna say F or D, but I originally was gonna go D. But was thinking about it. Originally, if we didn't do our rewatch, I would have said D or F. But after doing the rewatch, I'm gonna say C because it's hard to watch, but it's not. It's hard to watch. It's not unenjoyable. I enjoyed it, but would I go back to watch it? Maybe one or two episodes here and there, but not the entire thing.
Okay. All right. I can see your point there. So I'm going to say B. It's good, but it could be better.
Should
It has
have
a
been better.
lot going against it. And basically, it has to live up to the expectations of what Beast Wars was. It does not. It has to be a good sequel. It is not. But it makes some choice decisions. It sounds like I'm slurring there, but no, I just couldn't say decisions properly. That don't seem to. It goes against the grain, is what I'm trying to say. And it does it in a way where there's a lot of points where it's like, oh shit, I didn't expect them to do it this way, or why the fuck did they do it this way? I'm almost C tier, mainly because of the character that both Paul and I really, really despise, Night Scream.
I forgot his damn name.
Oh, I
I
didn't.
was
I
gonna
will
call
remember
him
his name
as
till the day I die.
I was gonna call him as the Fallout Boy wannabe.
And the reason it's going to be a B is mainly because the second season is really strong.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
is.
like the first season sucks, especially all the things involving evil Rhinox, who's not Rhinox, but he decides he wants to be evil anyway. Yeah, I'm sticking with B. That brings us a Will.
I
Thought.
don't know how you could talk about an S-ranked show like that,
Wow.
which this is not.
If only I knew that
So
you were kidding.
this show just has too many. There's just too much changed, which would be fine, but you're claiming that it is a direct sequel, and then doing heavy edits and rewrites on a lot of the characters. And that's just awkward and not enjoyable. There's also too many episodes where the characters are just mean and angry to each other. It improves a lot second half, and the ending is pretty good. The final scene could have been done a little better to really drive home how the characters are. I would put this probably at a B. It's it's not S tier. It's definitely not the highest rank. I wouldn't put it in A only because it has so much going against it and so much that really should have been ironed out. It's very messy. And I feel honestly like because of how the show goes up, if it had gotten a season 3, it really would have been interesting to see what they did with it. And that would probably change its rating up to like an A if that season came out and had been good. But
So
yeah, the show just changed too much. It was too much of an ask
So-
for the audience.
where would we put this on the B tier? We've got Pacific
What's
Rim
in there?
Uprising, then we've got Dark of the Dempsey. Would it go above or below any of those?
It would go above the live action Transformers for me.
Really? You would put this above Dark of the Dempsey?
Yeah. I would
Okay.
probably the TV show movie argument. It's exactly the same discussion we had for S tier.
Yeah, but it really all depends on which more do you get enjoyment out of.
That's a fair question. For sheer enjoyment, I would probably have to put Uprising above it because
Dark of the Dempsey?
I don't have to Pacific Rim Uprising.
Well, oh yeah. But I know that you don't like Dark of the Moon all that much, so you would definitely put Beast Machines above Dark of the Moon.
Yes.
All right, Paul. What about you?
Yeah, above Dark of the Moon. I did not like Dark of the Moon either, but it's better than Beast Machines is better than Dark of the Moon because at
Alrighty then.
least Beast Machines had more going on.
Now I want to try to hammer out these next three really, really quickly because we're going on a little long here.
Mm-hmm.
Bumblebee. I'm going to start off with David, and then we'll go on to Video Noise. David, where would you place Bumblebee?
Actually, you know what? Tell us what video noise is actually. 'Cause I want to think of a little slightly more.
He actually put his at B.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of between B and C right now.
Really? Well, you know what? I do remember us talking about it, and you weren't as high as the rest of us on it.
Yeah, like I there are some problems, obviously. But I think the thing is, what I think the reason why I kind of I soften on it is I don't feel hatred like I do for the other ones.
Wow.
Like
That
when I'm
Bumblebee's not a
thinking
pedophile.
exactly, Bumblebee doesn't have a fucking laminated card, you know. My biggest problem with Bumblebee is I don't remember a ton about it other than the ship annihilating that girl and being a little annoyed with too much slapstick with Bumblebee in the house.
Hmm.
But I like it is the least offensive Transformers movie, but it's the one that like I will admit my memory. I know scenes, I remember the scene, I can recall certain scenes now that we're talking about it, but like I don't feel anything about any of the scenes. It doesn't evoke anything positive or negative out of me. But they're not offensive. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like a CB thing because like it's fine.
Okay.
I don't feel bad
Okay.
about it. Like I said, I think it's a bit more B though. I'm locking B
All right. I'll do that.
because it's still fun enough, but like it's the lowest version of B though for me personally. So I gotta get that out of the way too.
So no the B though there. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. I will go next. I think it's an A. Straight up, it's an A. Reason being, it's fun. The animation. We haven't even talked about the animation in Transformers 2 through 5. Good lord.
Me too.
So Bumblebee actually has really, really good animation to the point where it doesn't look bad in any way. Like you can actually see where they went practical in some respects and then how they managed to overlay the CGI on it, and it still looks good. It's a fun story. I like the casting. I like the humans in it compared to any of the other Bayverse movies. I
Mhm.
really enjoy it. The only thing that sets it back for me, though, is that there's one character who I think is incredibly useless,
Yeah.
and there is some weird stuff like between the fourth and fifth act of the movie that just kind of feel a little weird. But other than that, the movie is damn good. It's just it's not perfect, so it's going A for me.
Hmm.
Paul,
Well, I'm glad you broke it. You popped the A cherry because that's where I was gonna go.
because that's the a hole.
Mhm. I like Bumblebee. It it's a decent movie.
I'm gonna put that on a
There's
shirt. I like Bumblebee.
I like Bumblebee. It was
He's not a
great.
pedophile.
It was fun. It was fun. Yeah, there were some comedic relief characters who were useless and even failed at comedic relief. Uh, I don't think we brought it up in the original review that they had the Simmons Easter egg in there, but
No.
it was good. Yeah, John Cena's assistant
Oh yeah,
was
yeah, 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 yeah.
Simmons. Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah. But yeah, it was from beginning to end. Yeah, there's little hiccups, but it literally felt like the kids movies from like the early 90s and 80s.
Finally, a
It
ranking
had
I can agree with you on.
yeah, it had such good nostalgia value, and to
Paul,
me, I'll watch it to enjoy my day.
shut up.
Bitch.
Like I said, we're running along here. Will, technically you're speaking for
Solid
two,
A.
but I'm only going to count you as one.
I would say the movie is an A tier. It's solid. A couple of things you could do to like really, really push it, but also I haven't watched it a ton. Honestly, several of the films that I've really liked that we've watched, if I watch them more over like the next several years, they'll probably inch their way into like a higher rating. This is
Mhm.
one of those. Ask me now and then ask me in 10 years. It'll probably have a higher rating in 10 years. It's a very good movie, really well animated, solid acting. It's colorful, it's fun. I like it a lot. I would give it a solid A tier.
Not to mention your wife likes it.
She was very
That's
positive
always
on it
good because
too.
then
It's
you
a
guys could
really
always
good
rewatch
movie.
it at some point.
Yeah.
So, if we're putting it in A tier, it's got two contenders: Transformers 1, the Peter Weller cut, and Mobile Suit Gundam G Kooks. Where does Bumblebee sit?
Mm.
Now, I'm going to start off with David here because David has at least seen Transformers 1. Do you believe that it goes above or below TF1?
Uh, below.
Hello.
Did we lose
Wait,
David?
I thought Transformers 1 got bumped up to S.
You are right.
Yeah.
I completely. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Wait, where did this one go?
When you say Transformers
Yeah.
1, we really need to come up with a thing. You keep switching back and forth between 2007 Transformers 1 and
Yeah,
Transformers
that's my
1.
bad. I actually have it
It's
labeled on here as
very,
TF 2007 for the one
yeah,
that's in C tier. So that's my bad, and
okay.
I
Mhm.
forgot to delete the entry that I have for that. So, anyways, no. All we have in A tier is Mobile Suit Gundam G Kooks. So
Okay.
never mind, David.
Okay.
You guys place it above or below G Kooks?
I put it above it. Just because it actually holds itself together.
Yeah, I
I do
agree.
as well.
Above.
All right.
Also, you don't have to watch all of it. Like the episode length is actually a detriment to G-Quux as opposed to get a solid 2 hours and Bumblebee's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next
Actually,
one
that's
that we
we
can
don't
all
have to-
participate
Sure.
on. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I'm also going to start off with video noise here. He gave it a C tier. David, what would you rate Rise of the Beasts?
I, unfortunately, due to real life situations at the time, man, I actually skipped this one 'cause I couldn't make it to the podcast.
You
Remember?
son of a bitch! I thought you would have watched it between now and then.
No, I didn't because I decided what I was gonna do was based on how you guys were gonna talk about the movie here would be if I was about to go watch it or not.
Interesting. All right.
Sure.
Let me go next then. With Bumblebee being A, that's a good standard. This does not reach the heights of Bumblebee, but I still think it is a good movie. It just has a lot that goes against it in terms of characterization. For instance, Optimus is basically a Nazi, and like no cap,
Mhm.
like he straight up does the salute and everything.
What the
No, I'm
fuck?
kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Just making
Uh,
all of that up.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did. No,
Like,
but he is incredibly xenophobic. Like he hates
For
humans with a passion.
Kind of no reason. Like, they
Yeah.
haven't shown a reason for him to be that angry about it. He just is.
Yeah. But the interesting thing about this is that you know how Bumblebee everything looked good?
Mhm.
Will fight me on this one, but I think that a lot of animation done in this movie at night does not look very good. I think the daytime shots actually look a lot better compared to previous Bayverse movies where the daytime shots look like shit.
Hmm.
Daytime in
They
this
can
looks
hide
good,
more.
but nighttime does not look great. The problem with this one is that they introduce all these Beast Wars characters. You're not getting a Beast Wars story, and I'm completely fine with that. But they introduce Beast Wars characters and only give you two of them that they focus on, one of them that they kill off, and then the other two, one of them has maybe one or two lines, the other one doesn't speak at all.
One. There's one
Yeah.
line.
One
Say
line.
one thing in the entire film, and then they never talk
Yeah.
again.
And you don't see them transform until the final battle. And even when you do see them transform, it's literally only for about 2 minutes.
And then it's gone.
That's a gigantic waste of
Those
mhm.
characters.
beast machines. Yeah.
Complete
But-
waste of those characters.
I like the way that the movie turned out. I like the way how they set up things for the ending. Like, do you mind if I spoil it for you, David?
Sure, go ahead.
The very end of the movie, they set up a crossover between Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah. That's never
Mhm.
happening.
And it's honestly really, really hype. Like, I've never watched any of the G.I. Joe movies. I've heard that they're utter trash. I would watch a G.I. Joe movie if they made it connected to Transformers. It was so cool because the way that they do this final fight against Peter Dinklage, they have it where basically the main human character in this one becomes Mega Man by taking all the parts from Pete Davidson's
Mirage.
Transformer body, and he becomes Mega Man.
Please don't call it Pete. Please don't call it Pete Davidson's character. Just say Mirage.
No, I'm gonna call him Pete
Dude.
Davidson's character.
Who voice acted him?
Rise of the Petus, you know what I'm
Well then.
saying?
Ugh.
So, Will, you go ahead.
I'm going to give this a solid B for Beast.
Interesting.
There's a lot of writing issues in this movie. They completely wasted the Beast cast.
Mhm.
They're just there for sheer fan service, which is silly because instead of being characters, they're just set dressing.
Mhm.
I like
No, he's just
Keep
agreeing
going.
with you.
I'm disagreeing.
they're just there. I like the writing for that they give Optimus because he's been Primal. Because Primal's been on Earth for so long and seen so much. He has a much wider scope than Prime, who just showed up and has only been there for like 10 years. And I like the way that they did that. I like the way that he basically is a mentor for him because he's been doing it longer and he's like, look, this is what's going on. I do think that this movie was very messy, and that's why they didn't do any others. But there was a lot happening with the production, and it would have been nice to see what like the real version of the movie was. There were like 5 writers. That's never a good sign. The
Yeah, but it was still more. It was more watchable compared to any of the Bayverse movies.
Oh yeah, this is still my
Mhm.
second. Like Bumblebee is first, this is second, and then there's all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
This is better than all of those, and I would rewatch it. I like it, but it is disappointing because of how well put together Bumblebee was. That this was the follow up, because it's just a messy follow up to that. But yeah, I would put it directly below it because it is still really good, but it is the messy follow up.
And then Paul,
Mm. I want to say A because I really enjoyed this movie. I've watched it multiple times, and
you can still
a
say
lot.
A. I mean, you're gonna
Yeah.
be disappointed, but you can still say A.
No, I know. I think it's an A tier movie. I really enjoyed it. The music, the songs that they picked in it, they embody
Soundtrack is
that
quite
time
good.
period in New York. Yeah. And they are still amazing. And yes, so many missed opportunities, and it does feel like a movie made in committee with how many plot lines they shoveled together. But it was still enjoyable. It was still extremely enjoyable, and I would recommend it to anyone.
So with that
So,
being
yeah,
said,
I-
Rise of the Petus is in our B ranking, but it has 2 contenders: Pacific Rim Uprising and Beast Machines. I'm going to make this a little bit more democratic here. Is Rise of the Petus better than Beast Machines? Don't all cheer at once.
I think Uprising is better.
I said, is Rise of the Petus better than Beast Machines?
Oh, mm, mm, I think Beast Machines might be better.
Wow.
It's a really
Will?
hard one to answer because it's a much shorter watch. Beast Machines is like the whole thing.
Think of it in terms of
Mhm.
enjoyment.
Yeah, I would probably put Rise of the Beasts above it.
All right.
Hmm.
So we got Rise of the Beast above Beast Machines, but is it better than Pacific Rim Uprising?
No,
And I forgot there actually is one other one in here, Dark of the Dempsey, but that one's low B tier, so no
Yeah.
contest there.
no, it's not. That is not better than this.
No. All right, so cool. So we have that, and then our final one, so we can get the fuck out of here. Medabots Season 3.
F.
Oh, F tier.
I agree, but where
F
does
for
it go in the
foundation.
F tier? Is it
Very
below the
bottom.
last night?
Yes, because it's a true
Yeah.
foundation. I finished
Yeah.
the last night. I didn't finish season 3.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
F
Last
for
night has
foundation, it is the bottom.
yeah. Last night has something redeeming in it.
Yeah, actually, we liked Cogman. He was fun.
Yeah.
So that's our baseline then. Medabots Season
Yeah.
3 is the absolute
Yeah.
worst thing that we've got.
It made us stop watching. That
That
hasn't
is
happened
very
before.
true. I never thought we would ever actually get to say that, but we can
Didn't.
finally say it. Medabots
I've
Season
never
3, you
done
are
that
pure
on a
trash.
show that I can really think of. Like, there's anime I haven't kept up with while they were airing, but multiple reasons for that. And there's shows that like I watched a couple episodes, fell off of, but like I actively did not like this. I had to force myself to go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
That about pretty much sums that up. So we're gonna do a quick recap here. I'm actually just numbering everything real quick. So did you guys enjoy ranking?
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
was
with our
fun.
quick recap, we're gonna go through the tiers and the numbers. In S tier, at number 1, we've got Beast Wars. Number 2, Pacific Rim. Number 3, Transformers 1, the animated movie. From there, we've got A tier, which is number 4, Bumblebee. Number 5, Mobile Suit Gundam G Kooks. B tier, we've got number 6, Pacific Rim Uprising. Number 7, Transformers Rise of the Petus. 8, Beast Machines. 9, Transformers Dark of the Dempsey. C, which is mid tier basically, we have 10, Transformers 2007, the first Bayverse movie. 11, Medabots Season 1. Then we go on to D, Medabots Season 2 at number 12. Number 13 is Transformers 4, Age of Consent. 14 is Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And then we have F tier with 15, Transformers The Last Night. And 16, Medabots Season 3. We fucking did it, guys. Can you believe it?
You guys suffered.
Yeah. And it's only going to get better from here. Next week, we are actually doing Transformers Animated, the original movie from the 1980s. We're going to be doing that.
Got
I've
the
got 2 people
touch.
joining us for guests, unless you would like to join us, David. I've
We'll
got
see.
one person by the name of Sean Pryor. I mentioned him before. He is a podcaster and a writer. He actually wrote this kaiju book called Kaiju Unleashed. I will put a link for it in the description. And then my other buddy, Vincent, will be joining us. He is the co-host for Camp Kaiju, which I've been on 2 times and looking to go back for a third. So that's everything that I've got for tonight. We're almost at 3 hours here. So, gentlemen, it was good ranking and reviewing everything with you guys. You know, even going through some really not so great moments there. You know, Paul, you're included. But basically, thank you for tuning in to Big Mecha But Not Huge. This is Sean, aka Kensuketti. Remember, like and subscribe. Make sure that you are here for everything mecha and mecha related, where we rank and review and now rank everything. And yeah, follow us on Blue Sky and Instagram and Facebook. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Why?